Hey guys, this is Dave with BTN Reviews. How's everybody doing this Thursday night? I am doing fantastic. You know, I got to tell you guys something. About 6 months ago, the chat and me and Julio and some other guests were talking about bands, and this band called Sleep Token came up, and I'm like, that's a band that my daughter loves. I don't really know anything about them. Uh, and then we played some music on stream, and I was like, yep, I'm sold. They're good. So yesterday, my daughter comes home with this book, a Sleep Token graphic novel, and it's pretty cool. I think. I think it looks good, but you'll notice there's no word bubbles. The whole story is just told with the animations, so it's pretty wild. Now there are some words in the book, but they're not actually like it. So like I'll show you here. Like it's two whole pages of dialogue that God, I could never read that. That would be boring. But it's in here, so I'm sure it gives some kind of uh, storytelling going on. But just some more art that she showed me, pretty cool. I asked her. I said, "How much did you pay for this book?" Jim, what do you think she paid for that book?
$90.
Julio, what do you think she paid for that book? Mega Band.
Price is right. I'll go $91.
$40.
We both lose.
$40 is good though. It's a hardcover book.
Yeah.
By a super popular band. Now, if you're in Canada, it was 53. But she was very happy with her purchase. I'm happy for her.
There's another band that did the same thing named Coheed and Cambria, who were also pretty popular.
I remember them. Yeah.
They had their whole 5-album story. They did graphic novels. So
check out this right here.
Art looks cool.
It does look cool. They got some black and white stuff in here. I guess maybe just images that they gave to the artists for their ideas and stuff. I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of, like my daughter was telling me, there's a whole bunch of, internet people that try to come up with the lore for the band and why they, what their songs are about.
Mm-hmm.
And now they came up with this book and they're like, we didn't know it was sci-fi. We had no idea they were talking about sci-fi stuff, which might make them cooler, Julio.
I think
like
so.
Sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're great. Their music's really good. So I'd be interested in finding out more about their lyrics.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I should probably pay more attention. But I remember being a young guy, Jim, riding in the car with my dad, and I'd turn on my music and he'd go, "What the fuck are you playing?" Right? I think I'm to that point where I'm kind of clicked off and fixed on what I like. I'm not looking for new sounds to penetrate my brain to try to make me follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with what I know. Are you at that point, Jim, or you got kind of full capacity on what you like already?
What?
With music.
Classic Jim. Love it.
No, if it's good, I'll listen to it. It's just,
But do you remember it like you did when you were a kid? Where you run into the album store to go find that album or anything anymore? Nothing does that for me anymore. Not new. Nothing. And I bet my dad felt the same way when he heard fucking Cinderella. He goes, "I'm not buying that shit. I like my Johnny Cash and my Charlie Pride and my Motown. I'm not looking for this new stuff."
My 20-year-old daughter we have like a thing, we text each other songs. Yeah. So I keep up on newer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep her up on older stuff. It's fun. There's some new stuff out there that's pretty good. But like you said, no, actually, she's a fan of some EDM stuff. She hooked me up with a couple J-pop songs that were pretty good. So
too white, $5. It'll probably be $5 one day, but you guys can see it's pretty thick graphic novel.
It looks nice.
It does look nice.
Yeah.
She was like, "Do you think it's good?" I'm like, "Well, Caitlin, you bought it. I don't need to justify it for you, sweetheart. If you like it, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. I don't like your fucking tattoos, but you keep getting them." Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
She was trying to show me an image in the book of a tattoo she Yeah, because she has a space on her. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. She goes, I know you don't. I go, well, I don't need to know. I really don't want to know. I try to pretend I have tattoos.
My 20-year-old daughter is similar, but she gets piercings like nose and stuff like that. And I love her to death, but it's hard to, I'm an old guy. It's hard to get over.
Of course, me too. It's like, stop. Who likes that? You're going to be a grandma one day.
That's what the kids are doing nowadays, though.
I guess so. I remember when my kids were playing football and the 16-year-old kids would have tattoos. I was like, how's that legal? They had to get their parents to sign off on it. So parents were signing off for their 16-year-olds to get tattoos that were playing football and shit.
That's bizarre. That seems like kind of bad parenting because you can undo it, but it's a process.
It's kind of like you're enabling your kids, right? So
yeah, I mean, my daughter's an adult. There's nothing I can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, like I told my daughter, I said, I don't know why you just don't hire somebody to draw that for you and frame it. Or you draw it yourself because you're a pretty good artist. Do you really need to put it on your body? Why don't you put it on your wall? Because you can take it down one day. Jim, your kids got tattoos?
No.
They're not? No, I don't believe that. The way you said that. No.
As far as I know.
Oh.
What?
You got a shadow on your
got a fucking Hitler mustache going on right here.
Just spontaneously growing on your face.
There you go. The shadow is not as prevalent. So I saw a Twitter thread you were mixed up in, Jim.
Yeah, once in a while you gotta, stay in, like stir the pot, stay there and just jabbing, stick and move. Especially when some shit happens and you're like, whoa, dude, what the fuck, man? Come on.
The whole charity thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was trying to leave Eric July alone. I was trying to just ignore him. But then I saw this video of him basically talking shit about GiveSendGo, about how they're untrustworthy and, do your due diligence before you donate to any of these scam websites. You don't know how much money they're going to take. And so, but hey, buy this t-shirt on my website instead. And I'm going to give, net proceeds. And,
net prop. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, well, what is net proceeds? Oh, that's minus all expenses, advertising, salaries, shipping and handling.
And who's making the shirts? Is he making them or is he getting Springs to make the shirts? Because
fuck knows. I mean, I would think he would have somebody to make him shirts by now, like an actual company, not like just Teespring. Like there's companies like
sure they give a better rate. Yeah.
Rip a shirt, maybe.
Pardon
that up.
Could be.
Well, just when you thought you were out, Jim, he dragged you back in.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was his. I think it's not even the fact that he did a charity T-shirt. It's the fact that he tried to defame another company that was helping the same person in order to make his T-shirt seem like the more popular way to support the person.
Yeah, I don't get. I mean, honestly,
right?
Like he should have. Like there was so many other things to do. Like the GiveSendGo has been up for weeks. And it was only at like
no money.
It was only at like $4,000 or something like that. And then once I found out, a bunch of other people started finding out, we started like sharing it around, saying, "Hey, no, give to the GiveSendGo."
Right.
It would have made more sense to me if he had used his YouTube presence to
promote the GiveSendGo. And if he wanted to do something, like if he really wanted to do something to help, the thing to do would have been like, "Hey, we made these T-shirts, and everyone who donates $40 or $50 to GiveSendGo, we're going to give you one of these T-shirts."
Just give it to you. Yeah. Or how about this, Jim? He's got his own.
What the fuck is he paying? Jim, $5 a T-shirt?
Jim, he's got his own website, right? He's got his own website. How about the cool thing is you donate here to our website, all proceeds go to them. But if you donate here at the end, there's going to be a whole page thanking all the donors and everybody can come here and visit.
But the way he talks is so hibbity-jibbity, you don't know what the fuck he's really doing. Like, he did not, nobody knows how much money is actually going to go from these T-shirt sales. I mean, why
Right,
didn't
'cause
he
he didn't-
say?
he didn't even
why
say,
didn't he
right.
put a fucking number on it and say, you buy this T-shirt and $10 or $15 is going to her? Something,
Or
anything, because it's going to
90
be a couple fucking dollars. That's why.
or you say 90% is going, I'm going to pick up the rest of the costs, right?
And be transparent about stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You know, we already know he's really big on the cinema and, you know, all that shit in Hollywood, and he wants to be the new Hollywood. So he's going to do Hollywood accounting, and they lost money on the shirt. So she owes him money.
Katie Clip's last clip is all about it, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it, Julio?
I know she posted it. I haven't watched it yet.
I mean,
I did see Jim's post on X. So.
Well, no, we were just added in the post.
Yeah. I have some. I got dragged in because somebody added me into it. And I went, what? And I looked at it and I went,
you ignored
no,
a bunch of comments, and then finally you saw the video and you're like, wait a minute, this ain't cool. Yeah.
Speaking of X, our kid Cynic's running wild on X today.
Yeah.
He's
We
on
have
fire.
breaking news, though.
Here we go.
Did they capture a drone?
Breaking news tonight. Rhodes College says the person who left racist messages on campus has now admitted to leaving those messages. They were discovered earlier this month near the National Pan-Hellenic Council Plaza, which is the only space on campus that pays tribute to the historically black sororities and fraternities at Rhodes. The signs led to a silent protest last week there in the library. In a statement, Rhodes says the perpetrator reported the act with the intention of placing the blame on someone else. That person has since taken responsibility for the message. This matter has caused enormous pain to our community, and we are taking appropriate steps to hold this individual accountable, including all legal avenues that may be available to us. That a statement from Rhodes College tonight.
So another race hoax. What do you know?
How about that? I have two questions there. They said the Pan-Hellenic.
Yeah,
space.
you know, that celebrates the black sororities and stuff. So someone went and wrote some racist shit. You know, clearly they used the N-word on something. And then it turned out it was a black student. Oh, geez. That was part of it. It was just trying to, you know.
Just to see what would happen, to unite the crew. Wow.
It's nice that they could stay quiet in the protest. No, that's something.
You think maybe they might have knew? You think maybe they all were in on it just to, you know, maybe.
So here's the video in question that caused the uproar. Just so you know, this is what made me upset.
Okay.
Bruce with a 5. Can we show the shirt for Jordan and drop the link, everybody? This is a great cause. If you grab a shirt and donate. We showed it earlier, but I will show it again. For you guys that don't know, one of our team members, Jordan, she's video asset manager. She manages our whole entire team that does all of our video editing. She's been an editor of mine personally, even long before the Rippaverse. Some of those long.
So we really want to make sure that this person gets help. No bullshit, because she's the person who edits all the videos that start with Eric. You know, she's responsible for all those awesome opening shots of Eric.
I mean, what the hell is with? Well, I've already shown it once, but I guess I'll show it again. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Am I interrupting? You know, well, whatever.
Long form videos that you guys saw when I used to do the video essays back in the day. Those were edited by Jordan, which recently got diagnosed with the cancer. She's been fighting that for a little bit now. We are doing something for her in this shirt. So it's something you can get for pre-order right now, where all the net proceeds are going to go directly to her. We also have a link to her GiveSendGo. If you don't care for the shirt and you just want to drop some money, you can do that. Again, make sure you be paying attention to, as I would say with any of these guys, as far as how much of the money they get. Go look at the process of GiveSendGo's information before you give a dime.
Make sure you check out before you give a dime, because, you know, check all these sites because they're fucking shady. But buy my T-shirt because I'm going to give proceeds.
I think GiveSendGo.
You know, hey, and I'm going to say right now to everyone, if it turns out that Eric has given the entire $32, I will retract everything I say and say he's a great man and he's a charitable motherfucker.
But did he say that in this video?
No, they're saying net profits, net proceeds. They keep different people are saying different things, and he's just letting it go with the same type of shit. So either hibbity jibbity. Either it's if he doesn't give every penny for the shirt, the whole $32, and eat it because he's a multi-million-dollar business. So what's 10 grand or 20 grand in t-shirts for him to eat as a tax write-off? Not a fucking thing. Considering why doesn't this person actually have health insurance?
I just looked it up. GiveSendGo takes 2.7% plus 30 cents per transaction.
Yeah, it's nothing.
That's nothing. That's nothing to have somebody fucking bank your money for you. Now, I have heard horror stories about it before.
Oh yeah, but most charities suck, to tell you the truth. Really,
right.
In all reality, they suck.
Mm-hmm.
They have like huge administration fees and all that shit. So,
well, what he could have done is he could have donated the money himself, like say $5 grand, just throwing a ballpark in it, but still sold the shirts. So I don't know. There's like
he could have said whatever for every shirt. He should have said like for every shirt bought, we're going to donate $10 or put a number on it, a set number.
Right.
Every shirt sold, whatever, $15 or anything.
Yeah. Like you said, you donate $40.
Hibbity-jibbity shit like net proceeds, net profits. Well, which is it? What's the number?
Yeah.
How many shirts is he going to sell? A couple hundred, 1,000 shirts. So if he paid $5 a shirt to have them made, what's he out? $5? Maybe $5 grand.
I mean, he gets views on his show. And put a fucking Chiron or whatever they call it at the bottom, like Dave's got.
But to come out
the link to GiveSendGo,
about GiveSendGo, be like, I'm telling you, people, be careful because we don't know what they take. It's not transparent, and this and that, and these sites, and you got to pay attention.
But I'm not going to tell you what I give. I'm just going to tell you the net profits of whatever the net profit could be at the end of the day on a Tuesday.
Yeah. She already has a GiveSendGo, Crazy Cat, that Eric was shit talking.
Well, that's what I think he's
saying.
saying.
Takes more than GiveSendGo, actually.
Right. It's the same thing, though. Same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But I'm like 90% sure that GoFundMe takes like 7% or 8%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe it's more.
Yeah, you can't get around that though. I mean, there's something.
No.
I
mean, you could say, "Can you just donate to my fucking Venmo?" But that would seem shady.
Well,
right.
Someone just requested the link to come in and talk, so I sent it to him. Very special guest.
Okay.
The suspense is killing me, Jim. Lots of other stuff going on today while there's dead air.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me pull it up.
Nick, no, you're good. I was just, Nick Fuentes getting shot.
He didn't get shot.
Oh no, I mean getting the attempt on his.
Someone tried to,
So GiveSendGo is 2.7%. GoFundMe is 2.9%. So they're very, very comparable. Plus the same transaction fee. No, Fuentes.
What did I
guess his neighbor got 3 dogs shot, right?
2 dogs, I think, got
2
shot.
Dogs, yeah. Yeah, plus the guy had already killed 3 people in Southern Illinois or something, so he was a crazy person. But
now,
I was arguing with somebody about that too on Twitter because they're like, "Oh no, that's not his house," and I'm like, "No, it's a 3-flat. There's a garden apartment. You can see the mailboxes on the wall. Like clearly,
it's the same one that the lady fell down the stairs on 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Did you see the video, the Ring camera video
of the
guy with the fucking crossbow and the gun? Yeah.
Yeah, the gun looks kind of weird, but
let me ask you a question though, Jim. Do you wonder why Nick Fuentes fucking shocked that lady? No. Like when he zapped her, right? Or he maced her, right?
No,
whatever he did.
Well, I don't honestly, I don't know if he's pepper sprayed her or not, because she did not respond in any way, shape, or form like somebody, especially a woman like that.
I tried to say that night, and everybody's like, no,
she would have been screaming like a fucking whelp dog.
Dave, you can clearly see, and I'm like, it looks like it's aimed in a different direction to me, but apparently I guess Chicago PD is going to try and charge him now for that.
No, it was Berwyn PD.
Or Berwyn.
Yeah. I think they already dropped it if I'm not mistaken though. Because
at first they said they weren't going to.
Is he in Illinois? I thought he was in Maryland. Or is that Tim Pool that's in Maryland? One of those guys.
Tim Pool was in Maryland. Now
Tim
he's
Pool's
in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So now there's a rumor that Tim Pool's moving to Tennessee because supposedly he's being bought out by the Daily Wire.
Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
I don't know how true it is. Tim's been posting some weird stuff, though. He didn't really deny it, and then he started posting Israeli flags and stuff. I don't know.
But then he has some weird kid on there tonight that is supposed
Oh
to
my
be
God, weirdest kid.
Luke Beery or whatever his name is. My God, he's some leftist pundit. And Tim asked him 3 stories. He had no clue what the fuck he's talking about. Like, what, dude? What are you talking about? He's like, you're just a fake. He called him a fake on the show. And also there's a video out there, this guy called what's his name? Exploring with Josh. I had never heard of him, but my wife was upstairs watching this, and they're investigating the New Jersey drones. I guess 2 drones crashed today, Jim, or this week.
Well, there's some weird shit going on with the drones, because at first they were said it's nothing to worry about. No, it's no big deal. Everything we know, it's cool. And then all of a sudden today they just said it's a no-fly zone for drones. We're going to shoot any drones down we see.
Right. Apparently, one ran into some overhead power lines over an Applebee's. Like, is that the best our government's got? They can't even fucking avoid power lines. Good Lord, that makes them look even stupider, dumberer. Kevin Prestero for $20.
Here's our special guest.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
How's it going, Chris?
Speaking of charitable donations, here's something to help replace any collectibles that sounded like they may have gotten broken Sunday night. Nothing got broken except for my pride as a man. That's it, Kevin. Other than that, I'm good. Nothing got broken in the house, and I embarrassed my wife. Other than that, I'm all good. But thank you for the 20, Kevin. I own my mistakes, and that was a huge one. How you doing, Chris Bacon?
You know what, man? I'm doing all right. Not too bad. Cannot complain.
You're really low there, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to maybe just turn my mic up here a little bit. How's that? Is that a little bit better?
A little more.
Okay, how's that?
There you go.
There you go.
That's good.
All right, very
Yep.
good. Yeah, so I saw you guys talking about this and on the Twitter, taking a lot of shit from the usual suspects about this particular topic. And modern problems require modern solutions. And that's why I put out the tweet I did yesterday to try to help this person in a very pragmatic way, because this is just my thought. If you have cancer and you're having these types of ongoing issues, you can have a GoFundMe page or whatever it is you're doing, and that's not going to really do much of anything. So that's why I said, look, if the Rippaverse offers a healthcare plan, whatever it happens to be, under Obamacare, for the bleeding hearts out there who are happy about that sort of thing, there are obviously no longer lifetime or lifetime maximums. Like it used to be like $1 million back in the day on a health plan. And like the out-of-pocket max is capped, like for 2025, it's like $9,000 or something like that. So even like if you've got a catastrophic plan, like the bronze tier shitter plan or whatever, you're still going to have some level of protection, at least within a policy year, as far as out-of-pocket max. So I was like, well, if it's a situation where even that out-of-pocket max might be a lot for one person to incur, it's like, that's, I can assist with that. Or if they just have like a really, low tier plan and like through maybe the Rippaverse, because that's all they can afford, whatever the hell they roll out over there, and they need something a little bit better. It's like, I'll help bridge that gap and then cover the out-of-pocket max on the other thing. But one thing I didn't understand, and of course I never got an answer, are these in fact not employees, or are they all just contractors? Did they not actually work at the Rippaverse? Do these folks not have any health benefits with employer contribution at the Rippaverse? I don't know. I'm not making accusations. I'm just asking the question, because if that's the case, a lot of this type of stuff should be covered. And after that, I looked into like short and long-term disability. Unlike healthcare, you can't get that for pre-existing conditions because if you don't know, or whoever's watching doesn't know, like short-term disability is like typically up 60 to 90 days, depending on the term. It covers a portion of your salary and you don't pay taxes on it. So it's not too bad. Long-term disability does the same thing past the short-term disability, typically for up to a year. You can get longer terms, but that's typically what it is. I have it through my employer, and I also have a supplemental policy for the same damn thing in case something happens, and it's not terribly expensive to get through an employer or on your own. Like the person you probably have your homeowner's insurance, like State Farm or something, will offer that stuff, and it's pretty cheap. But if they don't have that, unfortunately, that would not cover the pre-existing conditions. But my thought process to that was, you have an employee, somebody that you care about, Eric July in this particular case, with the rules that are in place for Obamacare. Why don't, if this person doesn't have a health insurance policy, raise money for a fucking health insurance policy for 2025?
Honestly, just go sign her up right now. She'll be covered. That's how this shit's supposed to work nowadays, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's pre-existing conditions are covered because of Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act and all that shit.
So it's actually cheaper not to have insurance until you get sick and then sign up and then not pay like some of these fucking monthly not deductibles, but whatever your fees are. I know when me and my wife were looking, just for me and her in Illinois, like 7 years ago, it was like $2,800 a month.
It's not cheap. It's not
for the
cheap.
silver tier, and our deductible was $7,000. Well, I didn't have insurance at that point. That's not insurance. That's not. The whole point of insurance is to pay it and pay it and pay it and pay it and then never use it. When you finally do, you've built up enough with them. But now it's just all up front. All up front. So they can fuck themselves. I'll just wait till I'm sick.
So that's one thing I kind of didn't understand. I was thinking, did they just not think about that as a possibility? It's like, hey, with Obamacare, let's just get this person a health insurance plan. Hey, everybody, to get them like even a bronze tier plan on through the healthcare.gov. It's going to cost X amount of dollars, and we're going to try to help her raise that every month. And here's her, like the out-of-pocket max for the policy. We'll try to, raise that and have like a finite figure. So that was kind of my only takeaway from that.
I would say she's probably a 1099 employee, probably doesn't have any insurance.
Me too. I agree 1,000%.
Yep.
Especially a web host girl. Like she's web hosting.
Yeah, and I saw like the description of what they were trying to raise money for, like chemo, travel, like once you can't go to work or something like that. And I was like, well, that's typically things that health insurance, short-term, long-term disability would pick up. So apparently this person doesn't have any of that, which again led me to ask the question. I was under the impression, based on Eric July's statements, that these were employees and not contractors. He's never, at least to my knowledge.
Well, the people in the warehouse are employees, not the, probably her. She's been with them before. So she's probably just 1099.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I would think too, like when you go to do your taxes, they ask you that question, like, do you have health insurance? And if you don't, you pay a penalty on your taxes.
No, they got rid of
Not
it
anymore. They took it away.
Really?
Yeah, several years ago. It was like the first thing.
Trump signed that shit like the
2017 or something like that.
He's like, take that penalty away. It's and Biden never brought it back.
Oh, really? Because I was under the impression that was still a thing. So I was like, well, okay.
Nope.
So I guess like, and she's look like a younger person, right? So she might have just
a young girl, probably. Insurance is, when you're young. Before I had a kid, I never thought about carrying insurance. Did you, Julio?
No.
That was 40 extra or $500 a month. I could keep my own wallet. I wasn't for 200 because back then it was cheaper, but it was like, I'm not giving that to them. I don't get sick.
I don't think of it now.
I have two videos.
I can't afford it.
Me neither.
Okay, you guys can pick. I have a panel of these astute guests discussing this topic.
This topic
that we're talking about right now, the whole Eric July thing. And I have, if we were wanting to talk about Nick Fuentes, I have Julio's favorite radio commentator Anthony Cumia discussing the Nick Fuentes.
Oh, right on. I love Anthony Cumia. Down with that.
So who's the panel of 4 geniuses?
I didn't say
Erudite.
4. I said
Erudite.
erudite.
Oh,
Genius.
I thought you said you had a panel of 4. Oh.
No, panel of, I believe it's 3 erudite geniuses.
Yeah, he did say.
Do we know who they are?
Astute. You might
Astute.
recognize some people in the panel.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I already know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going.
Don't you think? Oof. Cumia, is he going to get crazy?
No, he'll still be cool. I could always call him and tell him to knock it off.
Oh, is he live right now?
No, this is from his show.
Jim Big League and everybody. I'll give him a call.
Just pick up the phone, call him, tell him, hey, knock it off.
Stop talking bad about Nick Fuentes.
No, he's not talking bad about it. That's never mind.
Oh, you want to see that one? the 3 erudites? Okay.
They both sound good. I want to see both.
All right. See, Eric July's questionable track record with charities. That's a good,
That's a very good title.
it is.
I have a lot to say about it.
Oh.
This is basically something that I don't know who clipped this. I don't know if it was Katie or somebody else. But Dick posted this. This was during a live stream, I guess he did later today. And it's kind of interesting how he talks about Give Send Go. Just so you guys know what Give Send Go is, it was basically like a kind of, I guess you could say, like a parallel economy thing. Like it was made by conservatives, basically to avoid like, cancel culture and stuff. Because, when all the Canadian truckers were, protesting, GoFundMe canceled all of like the help going to them. And so Give Send Go, they said, we don't care. We're not going to listen to the Canadian government. Like, we'll fund it. So that's
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. So I'm a huge fan of Give Send Go. I've donated, before to them. And to be clear too, like Give Send Go doesn't make you give them any money. Like you don't have to give them a penny, which is kind of important. Remember that, detail.
The only thing Give Send Go takes is whatever credit card fees.
Yes, a credit card fee. Then if you want to give them a donation, it'll ask.
Yeah, they ask if you will donate to them. But other than that, they do it basically for nothing. People, most people do give them a little bit of something because they don't take anything.
Exactly. Yeah, most people do. But I'm just saying, you don't have to. And the other cool thing about Give Send Go too is they actually call you on the phone and they'll pray for you. So I don't know. It's a cool website. So really comforting if you're going through.
Is that
something
true?
like cancer.
Well, she
Bruce
picked
with a
the
5.
right one then.
Yeah, for sure. I think she did. So again, if that's something you guys want to donate to, feel free to. I don't have it in the
you can offer prayers on Give Send Go.
It is in the video, in my previous video. So
Bruce with a 5. Can we show the shirt for Jordan and drop the link, everybody? This is a great cause. If you grab a shirt and donate. We showed it earlier, but I will show it again. For you guys that don't know, one of our team members,
it's like deja
Jordan,
vu.
She's video asset manager.
Before.
She manages our whole entire team that does all of our video editing. She's been an editor of mine personally, even long before the Rippaverse.
Okay, I see
Some
Chris
of those
Bacon's in the
long form
chat.
videos that you guys
Holy shit,
saw
he's
when I used
everywhere.
to do the video essays back in the day, those were edited by Jordan, which recently got diagnosed with the cancer. She's been fighting that for a little bit now. And we are doing something for her in this shirt. So it's something you can get for pre-order right now, where all the net proceeds are going to go directly to her. We also have a link to her Give Send Go. If you don't care for the shirt and you just want to drop some money, you can do that. Again, make sure you be paying attention to, as I would say with any of these guys, as far as how much of the money they get. Go look at the process of Give Send Go's information before you give a dime.
God damn it, Jim.
Bruce,
He's
with a
actually trying to talk people out of giving to Give Send Go.
yes, he is.
Buy my fucking T-shirt. Don't give to Give Send Go because they're going to rip you off. That's fucked.
It
That
is.
guy's
And that's
brilliant.
why I'm going to double down on this. Eric July, you are a scumbag. You are a liar and you are a con man. Now, am I
Well-
saying that you're doing something illegal here? You're not, because you do
Voice
say
of the
that,
next generation,
that you're
JJ
just
Trujillo.
collecting net profit. But most people don't know what that means. And you're taking advantage of their ignorance. So Eric is a horrible, horrible person. I'm not angry at the people, to be clear, who are buying these sweaters, thinking that they're helping, even though maybe they're just giving Jordan $2 or 20 cents. I'm just saying that, what he's doing is messed up and those people are being taken advantage of. But I don't know. Sorry. What do you get?
Can you, did he say you can give directly to the Rippaverse and like just donate to them without buying a shirt?
I thought he said
And
you can give to
that
Give
would be the
Send Go in
100%
there,
that goes
Jim.
to this
He
person,
said,
Jordan.
click the link.
He could do that, but he didn't say that. But
or was he talking about the Gibson Go?
yeah, let me. I'll play it back for you so you can hear it.
Yeah,
Say with
because if
any
he
of
did
these,
that, maybe that's why he's, like kind of confused. Like, hey, I already said you guys can just donate it here, but if you buy a shirt or you want something with it, then it's net profit.
Right now, where all the net proceeds are going to go directly to her. We also have a link to her GiveSendGo. If you don't care for the shirt and you just want to drop some money, you can do that again.
But he
Make sure
berates
you
it right
pay
afterwards,
attention to, as
Jim.
I would say with any of these guys,
Yep.
as far as how much of the money they get. Go look at the process of GiveSendGo's information before you give a dime. But Bruce,
yeah, so what he was saying is, he said before, he's like, well, you can give them money to GiveSendGo if you want, because someone was asking if he could
Not first, because you know how much money they actually give.
Right. And he said, oh, well, I don't know how much money they give. But the irony is nobody has any idea how much money Eric's giving from his t-shirts. Like, it could literally just be $2 per shirt. Like, you have no idea. He's not transparent about it at all. Because, again, that profit means he's using it to to basically write off other costs he has that aren't related to Jordan at all. So these are bills he has to pay, things he has to take care of. So like, if you Google like what does net profit mean, again, it's not it's not the cost of making the t-shirt, right? It includes everything. So let me pull it up just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so net profit is subtracting all of this stuff. So the cost of goods sold is the first thing you subtract. So that would be like the cost of the t-shirts, the printing, shipping, even all of that type of stuff. So it's also subtracting things like salaries, wages. He could even get, it would also be, some of his rent and his utilities,
I love how he
insurance,
keeps that fucking
all of
warehouse
these
background on everything he does.
Anything that he has basically is an expense. Almost
branding.
anything, he can basically use it to be offset
Branding.
by these shirts. So who knows how much he paid his artist? Like, what if he says, the artist gets $10,000, for drawing the shirt.
I mean, in
or
theory,
something. Like,
Eric,
he could do that.
In theory, Eric could charge for this video he made and say, well, I promoted it and the advertising costs, you got to pay me. I had to pay as, we have to deduct that from the.
Fatty says that afternoon, Eric had a pizza party for the warehouse worker that gets taken out.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Az is way worse than EJ, right? Just based on how hypocritical he revealed himself to be.
And I'll say this as well. And again, for the usual suspects who I know will see this, tweet about it, whatever, this is just factual information. This isn't hate.
This isn't an opinion. We're just talking about his statements and saying it's not.
And like I said, if it turns out, if Eric decides that it's going to be the entire $32 per t-shirt that he's going to give over.
He can't say net. He has to say gross.
If he says everything, every dime is going, then he's a great dude, and he's a great charitable dude, and he's doing a great thing.
Well, I'll say this with the St. Jude thing and with Charity Buzz. That's when he made that comment about look into it, just like I did, and I posted that for transparency. The rules as it pertains to Charity Buzz is these folks get the money because Rippaverse was making the donation, right? With my money. They weren't doing it with theirs. I can, keep my receipt and, we'll put that on my taxes, but I wasn't making the donation to St. Jude. And the rules stated that they only have to give 5% of what's collected or some very, very low amount. That was just the terms. And I was thinking, okay, well, that's not a lot. And again, for me, it was a trust but verify thing. I went to Charity Buzz, I went to St. Jude's, and I CC'd Alex Miller on it. And I said, look, I want to make sure that you get everything that I donated. Whatever fees or whatever they take out that they do not give you, you tell me what that difference is between my winning bid and what they provide you, and I will make up the difference. And then I don't know if, for whatever reason, for good, bad, or indifferent, I got an email reply from St. Jude stating that the Rippaverse donated the entire amount that I made for that winning bid. So in that situation, they did the right thing. Now, I'm not going to speculate would they have done something different if I had not put it all out there publicly, if I had not followed through and put the emails out there, because at the end of the day, they knew damn well I would post and share what the hell happened with the results of that auction and what happened with my money. So, yeah, I mean, it's always good to check the terms and conditions of those types of things to, see what's going on. And
I just put a shirt in my cart. It's $32 for the shirt. It's $13.87 for shipping. From
Wow.
fucking Texas to Illinois for a goddamn t-shirt. And
That's
that's
a lot of money.
and that's UPS SurePost or USPS SurePost. But they already have, FedEx ground home delivery selected, which is $14.57, or UPS ground is $17.94, or DHL Express domestic is $57.19. Why is that a fucking option? Is that because it's going to Europe? Could you imagine paying $14 for a goddamn t-shirt to come in the mail?
well, it sounds to me like it's the old school things like from the infomercials from back in the day where you paid so much for shipping and handling. And I'm wondering if he's trying to pay for his labor through basically shipping and handling. And that's why he's got the shipping rates the way that he does to try to curtail
Well, that's
costs. Not have
possible.
to,
I mean, maybe he's going to give the whole $32 then for the shirt, or then just deduct the like the cost of the shirt to $6 or $8 or whatever he pays for the shirt, and then give her the 20 whatever.
That's a pretty
Why
round
wouldn't you
number to
just say
say
it?
though, Jim. If you buy a shirt, you'll pay for the shirt plus shipping, and the other $26 that's left over goes to what's her name. That's it. That's cool. Thanks, man. That's fine. I mean,
That's what it would be. That's what I'm saying. If he would have said for every shirt, here's the cost for every shirt you buy, $25 going to go to her cancer.
and then
charity.
it's up to you as a consumer to do the math. Well, I could go give 50 to her on Gifts and Go, and she'll get 48 of that, or 45 of that. That's a better thing because I don't care about the shirt. Who's going to wear a shirt?
Well, the shirt is for virtue signaling, so people can. That's what the whole thing is. Show your support. Show people that you care, that you're virtue signaling, that you're wearing this. That you're.
Because you're the one guy in the town you live in Ohio that bought the shirt. Nobody gonna know what the fuck that shirt means. It ain't like you're wearing your Cleveland Browns jersey at the mall.
Not like it's like a "Make America Great Again" shirt.
Right. Where half the fucking country believes in it, right?
My takeaway from this video so far, Dave, and I don't mean to, insult you, Jim, but the guy with the Trump icon, should probably get him on the panel, Dave.
He's a hard guy to get. He's hard.
Yeah.
To get.
He's pretty good.
He's a busy guy.
Well, I
Very
feel
well
it.
spoken. Erudite.
I agree. He should have just kept blasting her fucking Gifts and Go during his stream and as a stream, until he's tired of talking about it. Don't sell us a shirt, dude.
Just put a banner at the top of the stream. There.
Yeah. And he could have easily said everybody who donated to the Gifts and Go over $40 or $50 gets a free shirt or something.
That having been said, if she's a contracted employee, he really doesn't have an obligation financially.
Eric, being Eric, could have done something for him and says everybody that donates $50 becomes a member automatically to Ripaverse for a year. Right? So they get free shipping on all products going forward. I mean,
you get the Mega Mac tier if you donate.
You just get the free shipping tier. That's $5 a month. I mean, it doesn't cost him shit, fucker.
Mac Daddy.
Yeah.
Let's hear what else you guys have to say.
And that would be legal. Like that's how net profit works. That's why I'm saying, the issue here is like he needs to be transparent. And that's kind of what I think is so funny about what he was saying about Gifts and Go. He's like, these guys aren't transparent. They actually are. They tell you exactly how much you're sending and what it's going to, how much is going to be, the credit card fee, and then how much, if you want to make a donation to them, how much that would be. They're super, super, super transparent about it. But Ripa is not transparent at all. I have no idea how much money of these t-shirts is actually going to Jordan.
Yeah, just put them on Riquetas again and see if we can maybe get a clearer answer.
Usually,
that didn't work out too
JJ
well.
doesn't get this emotional about stuff.
So this is like the book thing, but worse, because this is the second time, and he kind of seemed like he, learned not to do this. from the books, because you guys all remember how afterwards he's like, I'm donating more money, but he didn't learn his lesson. Like, he's doing it again. And this is why, it's nice that you're saying that maybe it's just because he's stupid, but he's already done this before. So I
don't think anyone's ever said that. Huh? It's nice that you're saying he's dumb, because but the opposite of dumb would be like, if you take away dumb, then you're evil. And now you're just a psychopath. Like, who the fuck does that? That's crazy. Right. Or evil, or just extremely desperate. Like, you're desperate for some kind of either not per se the money, but for the validation. Like I need to look special, like Jim was talking about. Look at me, look at the.
It's all virtue signaling.
Yeah.
It's all virtue signaling. Like, buy this shirt so people will see that you support the Rippaverse and you support Jordan, while Jordan didn't get the money that the people would have just gave the $40 to the Give Send Go. She would have got the $40.
Or just put her up her PayPal. It's like, here's her PayPal. Or just have her make just a PayPal just for this. Here's her PayPal. You can PayPal this. And
but that would be income with
taxes with work.
That'd be income on that, maybe.
A little bit different.
Yeah,
that would be like an accountant to talk to about that. But it's
Well, see, I think if I'm not mistaken, Give Send Go handles all that stuff. If you go through them, like, it's basically it's a charity. So it's like
nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit and it's a charity. Like, what Eric's causing himself more business headaches the way he does shit.
Right.
Yeah, you're running two entities at one. You're a for-profit company doing charitable things, but
and so how does he determine what wages and what stuff was done for other? You know what I mean? How do you? Unless he's, maybe we're wrong. Maybe he's a great guy and he's donating everything.
No. He would tell people, and it's not even a
don't go crazy.
It's just for the sake of transparency. Like, earlier when he was like, "Oh, they're not being transparent," Give Send Go. Like, it's just when you're doing this type of thing, the noble thing is to be honest and say, hey, for every shirt you buy, we'll give her $20, or something.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how you got to do it.
Someone brought up a good point.
Yeah, even if you said like $10, buy these shirts for $40 and we'll give $10 to,
right.
At least then people know what's going.
Right.
Same with the tax man.
Yeah, 25 cents on the donate. Chris Bacon, he said something really funny. He said, I thought I showed him how to run a proper charity event. Guess not. Because this happened actually again with Chris Bacon. Chris Bacon was told like a certain amount, like net profit, would be donated to a charity, to St. Jude if he won this bid to put himself in the book. He kept asking, how much is it? How much is it? And then in the end, actually, I think Rippa did end up donating it all. But I think Chris Bacon kind of had to humiliate and fight him for it. I just think that the easiest thing.
Whoa! Humiliate? No.
So,
that's such a fucking hero moment, right?
Okay.
This guy fumbles the ball all the time. That's a hero moment to where you be like,
humiliate and embarrass. Okay, let's correct the record. No, what I was doing was for transparency purposes only. There was nothing about humiliating or embarrassing, but there were a lot of people who had questions after the comics for kids or whatever it was. And I said, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure it's on the up and up, and I'm going to put out there what it is that I'm doing, with my communications with the Rippaverse.
Very true.
And just let it play out. And once I got confirmation from the charity that the Rippaverse did what they said they were going to do, I acknowledged that, and that was the end of it. There was no attempt to embarrass or humiliate.
So,
now, have they asked you for an image or anything so they can put you?
Yeah, I mean, like I had to send that at the beginning, but again, I did tell St. Jude, I was like, look, I have gotten endless amounts of hate from this degenerate fan base. I don't want to be in this damn book. So just tell them. And I told Alex, take the announcement, and I don't want anything to do with it. And I was really surprised I didn't get like a freaking wall of hate text after what I posted yesterday, but I haven't. So hopefully.
What'd you post yesterday, bro?
Well, again, like about my offer to assist this young lady.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. So if they reach out to me, again, my whole thing with this is there are, I feel, in my opinion, better ways to assist this person that will be much more beneficial than just going to some website and dropping some money. And for me personally, I don't know this person. And just kind of like with the St. Jude's deal, if I'm doing something for a particular reason, I want to have assurances that it's going to the reason that I wanted it to go to. And it's kind of, again, like a trust but verify thing. And if it's going to, like, say, a health insurance plan or to cover out-of-pocket max, for example, then I'll have that reassurance because I'll have seen the documentation to support what it is that I'm doing. But I'm not just going to make a blanket donation and just YOLO it into the world.
So if she sent you her medical bills, you could just pay them, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right. As long as they're in
Okay,
her
well,
fucking
good.
name
There,
and you can
that's fixed
authenticate it. Yeah.
So reach out to this person, get her medical bills, and then you can pay whatever you want to pay out of there. There, that goes straight. No percentages taken off. Saves
Right.
time out of your day, and you're helping the person you want to help.
Yeah, but I don't need to be somebody's medical
No,
bill
right.
and see that person's information. That's why I was like, insurance is the easiest way to say, like, okay, here's my policy, whether it was the Rippaverse or her own, to say, like, this is what I pay, this is what my maxes are, that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't need to see a person's medical record.
I've been told that this
Well,
is
you wouldn't get the medical records. You would just get the bill.
I don't need
You
to see
wouldn't
the
get
bills either.
records.
I don't need to see those either.
Oh,
this,
okay.
this is the first clip that I haven't even seen this yet. This is the first time Eric talks about it, so maybe we got it all wrong, and maybe
Okay.
maybe the first time he talks about it, he makes everything
Maybe
clear.
we'll have to rescind what we said.
Maybe. Let's see.
And what we announced today, which is something that's really, really cool. I can't possibly take credit for this. So as some of you may have already known, one of our team members, Jordan, she's been with me for a very long time. She's our video asset manager here. She manages our video editorial team as well. And she obviously has cancer. She's been battling that. We've been obviously letting her have all the time off that she needs. She's getting her treatment. We're going to keep her around as an employee, helping her out with whatever we can. Obviously, she has insurance through the company as well. That said,
so she has insurance, Chris.
fighting cancer ain't cheap.
Well,
Okay?
again,
It's not. Anybody
Pause
that
it for a
has
second.
a
Pause it for a
family,
second, Jim.
you understand.
okay. So I know that I'm blocked by the Rippaverse and Eric July, but that thing has circulated enough. And I know people who follow me closely to see what I say or post could certainly have gotten to him to this if they wanted to. So for me not to have any type of response is completely voluntary to them. If this can be taken care of tomorrow.
Yeah, why wouldn't they just upgrade her insurance plan?
Well, again, like
Well,
that's
better
open
plan.
enrollment or
I-
whatever. Typically, and again, like typically this time of year or like October.
That's usually right at the first of the year, ain't it?
Well, it's
It'd be about this time of year. Enrollment's
towards the end of the
like
year.
November. Yep.
But again, my offer was whatever your health care plan is for 2025. When you hit your out-of-pocket max, and this is important to reiterate, that's your deductibles, that's your co-insurance, that's everything. Once you hit that number, the health care provider is then paying from $1. So there is no reason this person should be paying from $1, but I'm not going to chase them down
Nope.
and beg. The
No.
offer's out there. If they want to take it, they take it. If not, then well,
But if she
That's
has
their
insurance, I guess she doesn't have enough insurance, but that's really not a thing if you have Obamacare. It's just your deductible super high. And if
Right,
you're
and
asking for help to pay your deductible, maybe you should put that into GiveSendGo. Like, I
Yeah,
got to
no,
pay
no,
the deductible.
The person has cancer. There are
Sure.
a lot of people who are saying they want to help. So help.
Right.
Don't make it difficult. Help her or don't. Don't make her jump through fucking hoops. Don't put expectations on your donation. If you want to help the person, send money. That's it.
I mean, he's
Simple.
being super gracious and letting her keep her job.
Eric
heard him
could
say
send
that,
money. I could send well, I couldn't send money, but all of us could send money to this GiveSendGo.
But you heard
I
what
did. I donated.
Yeah, see?
you bought 10 more ISON books, didn't you?
I
You got a case of shirts.
did not buy a shirt.
No, but he just said they're letting her keep her job. Like, you don't have an option.
I think Jim's right. I think Jim saying she's 1099 is just my hunch.
Well, he just said she's an employee with health insurance.
Well,
Right.
but if you run a company, your people are your quote. Oh, she said she's an employee with health insurance.
With health
I
insurance.
missed
That's what he
that.
said.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He said she said,
All right.
I'm backing up. He
She's
said
also the
got
manager of his editorial team. So she's an employee. You know, he also said he's letting her keep her job, doing all. Okay, I'm glad you're
Well,
letting her
if
keep her
he-
job.
If he were to do that, I think the American Disabilities Act would have issue with that.
Yes.
Well,
FMLA
actually-
would come into play all sorts of other types of things.
As somebody who works in health insurance on a daily basis and runs a very large hospital
Mhm.
in Indiana, that's a good point, Chris. ADA would. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
And
they
if this
would be
person is unable to work due to her diagnoses,
Yeah, we're keeping her around.
then
Was
she
it-
can certainly. There's other options.
Like, Kevin, what the hell, dude? I mean, that's the hibbity jibbity shit that people need to pay attention to.
Well,
but
I'll
we're the-
say this. I mean, he's obviously not. Maybe he's just bad with words. Well, maybe he is bad with words. But at the end of
We've
the
read
day,
his books. He's very bad with words.
he's, the employee is not in danger of losing their employment. So I'm not going to harp on the technicals on what could happen if otherwise. It's not important. But again, like this is just from healthcare.gov. The out-of-pocket maximum for any policy maxes out at $9,200 for an individual. So I offered up to 10. So there's she would have no health. She would have no health care cost for 2025 if they take me up on my offer. But again, that's completely up to them.
Right.
All right.
Martin, let's hear what else this genius has to say.
And that's on insurance aside. There's still all sorts of fees that are associated with it. And there are two ways that you can support her. This
Can I
being
ask a question,
one of them,
Jim?
we
I gotta
just
ask a
announced
question.
this. This is again
This is a medical
Her
condition.
coworker.
What other outstanding fees are associated with it?
I mean, like probably depending on her insurance plan, she could have to pay every time she goes for chemo a set fee. There might be a cost, like a share of cost.
Oh, like a
yeah, until she reaches her maximum out of pocket.
There's
Who knows? Her maximum
Right.
out of pocket could be 20 grand or 25.
Yeah, there's co-pay, co-insurance.
Right.
Some things might not be covered by her plan.
I haven't had insurance in so long I forget about the extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, there's all types of stuff. Like you go like if you see a specialist, a lot of insurance plans, if you see a specialist, it's like a minimum of like $45 out of your pocket every time, no matter what, you see a specialist.
Yeah, used to know, right? If they're in network, if they're
I'm just
now
saying.
they've changed.
Yeah,
out of
no, it's
network.
like-
But yeah, it's a fucking. I will say this about health insurance: it's like taxes. It's far too complicated.
Yeah, it is.
It's
And
far.
you
too
don't even know, like honestly, and prescriptions could be very expensive.
Yeah, I have friends that have family members with medical
Even
issues.
with
And I tell them,
insurance,
I tell them when you get a bill, send it to me, so I
Yeah,
can
you-
look at it because I know how to read those things and
Right.
say, hey, you got to call them and say, I didn't
didn't
ask
get
for this
this.
service, or this diagnosis doesn't match this service. I mean, it's far too complicated. The fact that the average American
They don't know the
can't get their
codes.
head around it,
Yeah,
it's
the codes are ridiculous.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife used
Yeah.
to do all that for her doctor.
I'm
She worked at the
certified in
doctor's
coding and billing. It's a fucking headache.
Oh yeah.
Workers idea. I cannot take credit for this. Designed by the team here at
No
the
shit.
Ripperverse. Did a cool little crow
Okay.
shirt that's specifically for her. 100% of the net proceeds are going directly to her. So we're not profiting off of this. Nobody is profiting off of this. Is all the money that is made from this, as far as the net proceeds are concerned, are going directly to Jordan. That said, she also has a
Okay, so that means he's saying he's not profiting, but that doesn't mean it's costing him anything. So that means all the funds that cost for all the wages, all the materials, promotion, advertising, shipping, all that stuff is getting taken out.
Right.
And that includes salaries.
He's very good at skirting around the truth
Yeah.
when he
So
speaks.
we're not making
We'll give him
anything
that.
up, please.
Yeah.
He's
Whoa.
only good about it because people let him get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
That's-
only good about it because people give a shit about
It
it.
would have been a big difference if he said we're going to
So
eat all
who
the
cares?
costs involved with this.
Imagine you spend $32 on a shirt with Rippaverse and it's free shipping just because it's for fucking charity, dude. Why do you got to hit the buyer up for another $14 fucking dollars, man? Stop.
That's
egregious.
Amazing. Yeah. That's
egregious.
Is somebody going to put the shirt on and walk it to your house?
You can go to the post office tomorrow and ship a T-shirt for $5 fucking dollars. It might take 6 days to get here, but who the fuck cares? It's a charity T-shirt. I didn't buy it for the shirt. I bought it because I wanted to support a cause.
Let's see if he says anything about the charity. Maybe
is he going through Ripicen? Maybe is that the extra cost? I'm sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
What the fuck is my computer doing?
A Give, Send, Go, which is on the product page. So if you click the link for you guys to have the newsletter, there's a link that goes directly to her Give, Send, Go. So if you want to donate just directly to her, you don't really want the shirt or anything, there's an option there. Obviously, be sure to read Give, Send, Go as far as the fees that are going to be associated with that as far as processing. But there's a way to donate to her directly if that's something that you want. But of course, I think that you should go grab the shirt. Great cause. You'll see me rocking it from time to time as well. And we'll be with Jordan.
We'll see Eric rocking it from time to time.
Battle she's handling. She's a trooper, man. She's an absolute trooper. Love her to death. I've been working with her. Had the luxury of working with her for a while. It's in the description as well. And I see my mods in the chat posting that. So big shout out to the team for making this happen. Because again, that was all their idea. They facilitated that. I cannot take credit for it at all. Okay.
Clip, clip, and snip, snip.
I see a lot of people talking about
let's lighten the
what's
load
wrong
here
with helping,
Julio.
and not a lot of people helping.
Here you go, buddy. Julio patiently waiting to work the word erudite into the conversation. Julio after.
Well, that wasn't as bad, actually. That was actually more. I mean, he did say
more concise.
Was more concise. He did say go buy the shirt instead.
Thanks, Dan.
Go. That way people see you rocking it. And I'll rock it once in a while.
Yeah, we finna rock it.
Hey, is it true they released a Superman trailer?
Yeah.
It
was. I don't know. It wasn't great, but you know what? It's a trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that movie is intended to be seen in IMAX 3D. So that's what I'll go see it in IMAX 3D, and then I'll decide if it's good or not.
They have a release date?
Summer.
2025 or 6?
Yeah. Summer coming up.
Okay.
Summer.
It was awful.
Well, Superman, I don't know. The scene with the dog dragging him away was pretty cool.
So it's like a fantasy old Yeller is what it is, Dave.
No, I think it's going to have to be maybe like Crisis on Infinite Earth or something. It's something because it's got all types of. It's got fucking Nathan Fillion looks retarded as Guy Gardner.
It's a story about a man and his dog.
We haven't talked about this in a week. Maybe we should check in on our boy Cody, see how he's doing. He's up to 50K. What was he last time? 46 or something? 44, Jim? Last Thursday, I think. So he's up there. He's climbing slowly but steadily. He's 10,000. He's 10,000. He's 10,000. He's 10,000 away from the pledge that will include a trading card by a surprise artist. So I wonder, I don't know. People don't like surprises, man. Tell them who the artist is. Give them the actual goal, like it's an Ethan card or something. Well, I'd like the Ethan card in my collection, so yeah, we'll get to that 60,000.
Yeah, they were trying to make comparisons, saying, "Oh, well, you guys didn't complain when Ethan did a fundraiser for Camelot's wrap on his car," and it's like
that's not charity.
Completely different. It wasn't a charity. It was, hey, I'm going to do this, and if we hit this amount of money, I'm going to pay for a wrap on Camelot's car. And if we hit this amount, I'll pay for a wrap for 2 races. That's what happened. So everybody knew what Ethan was going to spend.
And you got a book and you got a car if you donated. So your donation got you a book and a car, plus he paid for the wrap. That's a better deal.
Yeah, I mean, the cars were kind of expensive, $25, I think, were the cars or something, which are kind of pricey for a car. But
was it 25? I don't think it was that much.
I don't remember. I thought it was pricey, but the book was 25, I think. So
Yeah, it was 25, something like that. All right, so the trailer's okay.
yeah, I thought so.
Should we check it out?
If you want,
I've
Oh, you
never
get
seen
it?
it. Yeah. Did you
It's
see
a
it?
minute
Julio?
long. Yeah, it was okay. I agree with Jim. It was.
Did Superman look like Superman?
no.
Yeah.
They gave him shit.
You
in
don't
that
think so?
fucking
All right.
still-
Well,
Well, doesn't
They gave him
you-
shit in that still shot. You know, when he was pulling up his boots or whatever in that weird fucking tower. It didn't think that was the greatest pose for Superman, but you don't think he looks? What do you don't think he looks like Cavill or Reeves or what, Jim?
he doesn't look like Cavill. He kind of reminds me. I think what they did. All right, I have to say, I don't like his hair as Clark Kent, but they're going for, I guess, a more modern hairstyle because he's got that frizzy,
He's not well groomed?
hair. No, he's got the frizzy Gen Z hair.
Oh, like it's
Gen Z hair.
spiky stuff.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes. Okay. So we're not starting on his home planet.
No, it's on. Yeah, but see, I don't like Superman's like all fucked up here. So the only people I know that fucked Superman up all the time was like,
Maybe he flew into a drone over New Jersey. Didn't see it.
I mean, like he's cut and bleeding and shit. So that would mean somebody had to get him with kryptonite, right?
Maybe, yeah. It's true.
I don't know. This
Man,
hair, I don't like the
nah,
hair.
I don't
yeah.
like that. I
He's
don't
got
like that.
the zoomer cut.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Zoomer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like it at all.
No.
That's
He-
not Clark Kent. That's not Superman.
He
That's,
cares about his appearance all the fucking time, dude. He's always going to look sharp. And this isn't sharp. I don't like that. Damn, that thing would not pause, huh? He's
No, I think it's my mouse. I don't know.
he's already making Superman look a little vulnerable, though, which
Yeah.
in a lot of movies they don't, right? Like he's Superman, he's kick ass or whatever. Who's this chick? Is this Lois Lane?
Yeah.
Ugh, God, she's so plain Jane. Who is she? Julio, you know all these witches.
It's Rachel. It's the girl whose name's at the top of the trailer. I've never seen her before, but I think she looks
Rachel.
okay. I mean, was it Margot Kidder was Lois Lane in the Christopher Reeves? She wasn't a supermodel. Looked all
Yeah,
right.
but she was sexy. You could tell she wanted all over that Superman cock. Am I wrong? You could tell once once he flew her ass around, she could think about nothing else about being up his under
She
roof.
was thirsty.
She looks like she's gonna mansplain to or womansplain to Clark Kent about why he's wrong or something. I'm just waiting for that. One gun says to Chris Bacon, I heard you want to do a 3D asset comic.
Yeah, dude.
Came out of nowhere.
Katie did says nope needs so thank you, Katie. Thanks for
You don't think she's pretty, Dave? I mean, she's not ugly. She's
she's no. So I can't.
I think she's too pretty for Lois Lane.
there. You go.
Lois
Really?
Lane's not supposed to be. Lois Lane's supposed to look like an average girl.
Like plain
Really?
Jane.
Yeah.
She's not pretty at all.
Hmm.
She
All right.
she has a ugly black hair that's too long.
Lois
doesn't-
Lane always had black hair.
What?
Yes.
No,
Hey, different strokes, right?
she ain't my type.
Okay.
She looks like she wants to tell me what to do, and I don't like it. She does not look like a pleasant girl. Go ahead. Bodies playing.
And I don't like this Lex Luthor. To me, it doesn't look. It looks like some kid, and
Looks
I
like
don't
it looks like Lex Luthor's son.
Yeah. I mean, I actually the other kid, Jesse, whatever his name is, Jesse,
The guy, yeah,
Eisenberg.
yeah.
Eisenberg, whatever. He was a better Luthor than this guy, my opinion.
Well, we haven't seen him act yet.
I just the way he looks. I mean, you get,
Yeah.
I like the person has to look like the person for me. It's got to be like I got to see it and go, yeah, that's him.
I got you. I do like that kid as an actor, though. I've seen him in some good movies. He's a pretty good actor. He's no Eisenberg, I guess.
And that I didn't like. Like Superman would have not even noticed the can hitting him.
Yeah, he wouldn't have blinked his eye.
No, he wouldn't have felt it. It would
He
just
would have.
bounce
He would
off.
have just, or if he did, he would have just took it like a man. Like, I deserve that for failing. I guess. Superman's failed the city again.
Something, I don't know. This looks really weird. Okay, you see that?
With the green light.
Yeah, this is Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern. Damn it! Why won't it?
Oh, is that Nathan?
Pause? Yeah. Why won't it pause?
Superman.
Yeah, there he is.
So
It's like
who is
that-
that
it's
in
like-
the comics?
Guy
'Cause I'm not-
Gardner.
Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. It's
Oh, okay.
he looks like the guy from No Country for Old Men, though.
Oh, Bruno or
But
yeah.
He's getting ready. Like he's got the thing. He's gonna.
he's
Gonna
about to
give him
blow
the
the
old
lock
air
off the
gun.
door, and
Yeah.
then
That is an old Green Lantern, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
So, my opinion. I'm pretty sure he wanted to play Hal Jordan, not Guy Gardner, but the movie had Guy Gardner, so that's what he got stuck with.
Hmm.
I'm sure he's happy to be working.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, what else is Nathan Fillion doing right now?
Ooh, couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
He voices Hal Jordan in some of the
But what is
animated
he?
stuff.
What is he fucking shooting his ring at? What is he doing? I mean,
I think
just
he's
shooting it at-
blocking it. I think he's blocking it and looking at it.
Oh, he's
'Cause I
going to
think
darken the
Superman's
windows.
embarrassed. Yeah, I think
Oh.
he's like coming in to mentor him.
Oh, okay.
Because look at Superman; he's dejected over there, and he's like,
Yeah,
"They
he
don't
just
need
got
to see
he's
this."
got hit in the head with a can walking in a door or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'm really interested in this. Really, to tell you the truth, it's like there could be a whole fucking way this thing goes. I mean, there could be like
Could be fun.
oh,
Yeah.
alternate universe Superman and shit, and Ultraman.
But
or
people just
whatever,
don't
and-
trust Abrams enough, Jim.
well,
No,
my
this is
theory.
this is Gunn. This is James
Or
Gunn.
Gunn. They don't trust Gunn in a lot of stuff.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. James Gunn did great with Guardians of the Galaxy. So if he could do anything
I
like he did with
agree.
that,
But
then it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, my
We'll see.
theory is these guys are the Justice Society, and Clark is showing up like as the new hero in town, and he fucks up because he doesn't really know and they sort of mentor him because Mr. Terrific was a Justice Society, I think Hulk Girl and Guy Gardner at one time. So that's what I think is going on.
That's an interesting way to go with it.
That's why I think Guy Gardner's so old. So heroes are already established in this world. Then Superman shows up as a new hero.
Who was laying in the snow like he got his ass whipped by who though? Who's whipping Superman's ass?
Metamorpho, maybe? I doubt it, but Metamorpho's in this movie.
But for him to be cut up, it's either got to be somebody with kryptonite, right, or somebody. that's also-
Ultraman
no?
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultraman.
Yeah.
Because he literally gets high off of kryptonite.
Welcome back, Cynic.
Feels good, man. It feels like like your favorite pair of jeans or something, man. I left shit in the pockets too, obviously.
Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl. Now I'm sure if we watch FNT tomorrow,
They'll
it'll
tell
be
us,
nothing
right?
but a fucking ridicule show, right? Like, what the fuck? What is this?
I've seen different,
costume?
I've seen different people saying different things. I've seen like what's his face, Quarterback Garrett was saying this looks great.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, basically,
I
you
won't
can't
see
tell a
because
lot
I won't
from
watch it. I won't watch what they say.
No, I'm saying I'm seeing it on Twitter, what they're posting.
Oh.
Different things. So I would say, yeah, I know Ethan spent 2 hours ripping on it. Yeah. But
Did he really? This one
yeah,
fucking
kinda.
2-minute video?
yeah, but you know what?
Jesus.
Like I said,
EBS ripped it?
yeah, he said, "Oh, this looks like shit. And this shouldn't be this way, and all this guy, and this makes sense, and what's this and this and this." But
Yeah, but he's gonna
you know,
cash.
like I said, maybe there's going to be. I would think there's going to be another trailer that's going to come out, a different trailer that's going to show other stuff. You know what I mean? Like other. Like this is a trailer to like get people like, oh,
here's an introduction to some people in the movie.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
right.
what we're seeing
Show
here.
different people
Yeah.
and show Superman basically being like, because like James Gunn kind of explained, saying like he wanted this to show where America is right now, how America's beaten up right now, and it's got to make a comeback. And
Oh, so Trump's going to get elected in the next trailer, and it's going to be a powerful Superman.
who knows?
He's going to pardon him for all his crimes.
Superman
doesn't
is
need to
Trump.
doesn't need to release the movie anymore. We fixed it.
Yeah,
So we're good.
Superman is Trump, and him at the end of that was him losing the election in 2020, and then he's going to come back victorious, right?
Yep.
So him bloodied in the snow was 2020.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, they have a lot of fucking. They have more superheroes in this than a fucking Avengers movie. So it's going to be hard for them to pull it off. But then again, Gunn's good. I mean, Gunn was able to do Guardians of the Galaxy.
And there's a lot of people in that movie, dude.
So we'll have to see.
I'm a normie, and to me, I'm like, who are all these people? I know Superman, I know Lois Lane, and I know Lex Luthor. Can we just have a movie with them?
You know Green Lantern?
Kinda. I mean, I've never.
He doesn't know Guy Gardner. Like
No,
Guy
I don't
Gardner's
know.
a pretty
I don't know who.
specific-
Hawk,
Dude, I don't know.
I
I liked fucking Snyder's cut, man, of fucking Justice League. I'm sorry. I thought it was good. I enjoyed
Snyder's cut is fucking awesome, dude. Love it.
I mean, and I wanted to keep going. I wanted to see the Marvel, the Martian Manhunter, John Jones. I was like, oh fuck, let's go.
Yep.
That's in the
fan too.
I don't.
You ain't wrong.
Whatever, dude. Crazy cat. I know Guy Gardner in the '80s had a bowl cut, but he
still has a bowl cut, I think.
Oh, it was different though. It's not that bad.
Actually,
I liked his Suicide Squad. James Gunn's Suicide Squad was fun. It was a big cast.
It was all right.
It was better than the original, dude.
It's
that
so
first
weird,
one was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, it was terrible, right?
Even the still shot looks pretty good, right? Like,
yeah, this is full CGI except for maybe part of the face.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
it looks pretty good, pretty believable.
Is it gone, Kevin? Okay, I haven't kept up with Green Lantern in years, but last I remember, he had that undercut with a bowl top. It was weird.
What is this?
What the fuck?
It's a kaiju.
Yeah, it's something.
It's Godzilla -1.
Looks like Birdemic style.
It looks like some shitty CGI right there.
It does.
That kind of looks good.
Giant monster. That's
Yeah.
That pause screen is like an Eric July pause screen. Not very good.
I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is.
I don't know.
Pause screen looks terrible. Oof.
Oh no, he fucked Superman up though.
Yeah.
Lois Lane is fucking horrible looking.
Was he in love with a robot?
No, this has got to be one of his robots. This looks like the Fortress of
This is his
Solitude.
Oh, it is
If you
the
look
Fortress of
behind him,
Solitude. Yeah.
it's probably one of his robots.
One of his AI lovers before he broke up with her because he finally hooked up with Lois Lane.
No, didn't the robots have one of them was his actual father and mother and other
Yeah,
people were into robots?
I think so, yeah, if I remember correctly.
Do you like his suit?
It's still just got a few flaws in it, but I like the color of it. I like the trunks and I like the S, but it looks too mesh. Looks like the back part of a camping backpack.
It looks too clunky. I don't like the suit.
You don't?
It's not I don't know. It looks thick.
I didn't even notice the collar, Kevin, until you said something. Oh shit! Now I can't stop looking at it. Yeah, I don't like that collar.
That's the thing I noticed first.
Really, I didn't. I for some reason never saw it until
in
Kevin
those
said
It looks like it's made out of rubber.
Exactly what I was
No.
thinking. And look at the boots; they're completely look rubber. They look so
Those boots look like they
non-aerodynamic.
pulled some random pull-on work boots and then spray painted them red. Oh.
I've seen this scene in many movies before.
Oh, that was Metamorpho, right?
Yeah, that was Metamorpho.
Barely showed him.
Lex Luthor crying like a big old bitch.
Who's playing Metamorpho? Who was that?
Gotta forget his name. Hold on.
Actually, kind of looks like the Night King from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yep.
Anthony
this is a
Kerrigan.
crossover.
Anthony Kerrigan. I don't. We've probably seen him and stuff. I don't know him by name though. It looks like a bad fitting wetsuit. It doesn't. Yeah, it's a little too rubbery looking, and it's so like got so many grooves in it. Why isn't it smooth and sleek? Why is Lex Luthor crying?
I don't know. He's got some big cuts in him in his head and stuff too. Oh, there's here's the dog pulling him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to sell a lot of dog toys.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be
I
like
think
the
they
biggest
already have an
thing.
animated series about this fucking dog too. On one of the networks. I think I've seen like some crypto stuff before.
There's a reason they put his curly hair and the cute dog in the first 10 seconds of the trailer.
Yeah, everybody's gonna want to know the breed of the dog, and there'll be a fucking huge sale on these dogs at fucking breeders, Julio.
I do like who they have as Percy White though, or Perry White. Sorry,
Have we seen him yet?
no, I don't think they show him in here. But you know who it is, Julio?
I don't.
It's the Bunk.
No shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
wow.
the
That's
Bunk.
a deep pull.
Yeah, the Bunk. Or you know, like okay, do you ever watch Suits?
No.
The TV show Suits? No.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
No, he played whatever Prince Harry's wife's father in the TV show.
Yeah, Super Pets was a movie about them. Yep. My grandson likes that movie, Super Pets.
I don't know why I said Percy. Percy Jackson.
What are you going to do? Close.
He's also in Jack Ryan. Yeah, he played what's his face? Admiral Greer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's good. I like him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name, but he's good. See, so this has got to maybe be Ultraman, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There are a lot of fucking people in this movie. Holy shit.
Yeah. Is he trying to start like a new
Oh yeah,
kind
it's his new
universe?
universe. Yeah, that's what they hired him for over there.
Mm.
For sure.
Mm.
That's Mr. Terrific, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. Looks
Why
like
they
Iron
shoot-
Man.
Why are they shooting Mr. Terrific?
They must be bad guys.
Yeah.
Wendell
they're
Pierce, that's
obviously
the
some
name. Wendell Pierce, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
Wendell
sort of
Pierce.
bad fellas.
I slowed it down because it's easier to pause.
Yeah.
I don't like the shoes on Lois. They look like
No.
They're
They're
Again,
doing that because she's so short in real life.
oh, really?
If you,
So
if
those
you
are
look at her,
lips.
yeah,
They don't-
she is stupid short. And
well,
it makes
she's
her look
very
pretty.
short anyway with the fucking shoes on. So just it don't matter. We like short chicks, okay? We do. Tall chicks, short chicks, as long as they look good, we're fine. But
Oh,
we don't
I
need
was
to
just
thinking
wearing-
Code-
we don't need to see him in
Codebreaker-
fucking Doc Martin fucking loafers. That's the
Codebreaker.
worst.
I would almost guarantee this movie's going to be at least 2.5 hours long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
more
I
than
get it.
likely, it's going to have a director's cut, extended edition type of thing.
Does Gunn do that though?
Yes.
For what? What director's cut of Guns have we got?
Oh, extended version. Yes.
Yeah, which one?
I don't know.
There has been I'm pretty positive there's an extended version of Guardians of the Galaxy.
All of them?
I don't know about all of them, but I'm pretty positive there was one because he made like a pun about music, because they always do the music stuff in it. I remember seeing one. I'd have to Google it, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm watching this trailer for the 47th time.
Yeah, if it's good, I can sit through a 3-hour movie, dude. I got no problem with that if I can enjoy it. But if it sucks, I'll be pissed off. But I've never been. I don't think I've ever seen a gun movie where I walked out pissed off before. Have you, Jim? Gone, that sucked.
No.
Not really.
Yeah, no, I can't think of one either.
Oh, Kevin, there will be a crypto popcorn tub.
Yeah, but the problem's going to be their opening's going to be in his ass. You got to reach in through his ass and pull the popcorn.
Oh no, crypto, no.
Oh.
All right, July 11th. Well,
yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm not mad about it. I mean, I know a lot of people keep making comments about, well, it's so bloated with characters, but that doesn't bother me none. I'm excited to see some of these guys.
Oh shit, we're an hour and a half in, and we didn't get to this.
That was my take, Cynic. Too many characters.
Oh, I've been so scared lately for a whole week.
Good morning, folks. We've got a lot to hit today. We're going over cosmic rays, Earth spot physics, and more on Earth's magnetic field, currently undergoing an excursion, a magnetic pole shift. But we're starting, as always, with the last 24 hours on our star, and we find things were mostly quiet. We took a small M-class solar flare this morning to break the quiet, but it was impulsive and not aimed at Earth. No other flares or eruptions occurred in the Earth-facing position, so let's take a quick, closer look at the items of note in space weather, starting with the flare. That little M-class event is at the sunspots beginning to depart our view to the right, but my focus is about to shift to the left side, where a growing group of umbral cores is spinning in. We'll have eyes open there. Up next, we're going out to space where the vacuum emptiness is actually a sea of cosmic rays. They studied the super high energies of cosmic rays in the study and found that they get some of those extreme energy levels via magnetic turbulence. This occurs around stars, galactic cores, and throughout the galactic disks. It is a magnetic universe after all. Coming back to Earth next, veteran observers, if you remember the Earth spot science, they're about to break that wall down. It's the penumbral lines on the rim perimeter of the Hurricane Eye, also works for cyclones and typhoons. Their first attempt here is to analyze with temperature, pressure, and wind. It may be a while before they electromagnetically tie these to sunspot penumbra. Lastly, folks, we mentioned yesterday that the new model of the magnetic field is out. The 2025 update to the model data is in there, but it has not yet been applied to the Graphic Interactive or the annual report. Found out yesterday that report may not come out until next month, so we had some consolation prizes yesterday. Hopefully you caught the second video yesterday afternoon, where we went over this chart and how the auroral displays are a huge sign of the magnetic pole shift. Catch that one on our channel page if you missed it. And we also dropped a little gem on X, formerly Twitter, by testing AI Grok on the magnetic pole shift. I asked it to make a well-cited argument for the concern brought by a geomagnetic excursion, and it did quite well. It began describing the event and quickly moved on to the potential for it to impact living creatures, including DNA mutations from cosmic radiation and food chain impacts. Hopefully those sound familiar to you guys. Next, it hit the ozone destruction surge due to penetrating particles. I know that's familiar to you guys, and they suggest it changes weather patterns and global temperatures. It stopped by the human technological risk, which is far greater than from a simple solar storm, with everything from GPS to power grids collapsing in the event, with the radiation and climate and food chain impacts causing extinctions.
Don't worry,
Every
Katie.
recent
I don't
major
either.
study confirms the same idea. Extinction upticks occur when the world changes dramatically in this magnetic way. Overall, it wrote only about 7 paragraphs, but was pretty elite. Far better than GPT ever did with that question. Stop over to my X page, @SunWeatherman, to read it in full. You should be following me there anyway. Folks, the next 2 mini conferences are set at Observer Ranch. As January approaches, we'll begin announcing other major events this coming year. Come out and see us, observerranch.com. We greatly appreciate your support. We'll do this all again tomorrow, right here, but right now at 6 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.
Oh, I feel better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's like a palate cleanser.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's more believable, that or Superman is alive? I've seen a lot of Superman. I've never seen the pole shift once. They told me it has.
Yeah.
But I've seen Superman on film. I've seen him in on pages. I mean, Julio, what's more believable?
I have to give that some thought.
We all live in the Matrix.
So do we want to watch some Hibbity Jibbity, or do we want to watch Julio's favorite radio host talk about Nick Fuentes?
How long is that?
Which one?
Fuentes.
Oh, that's over an hour.
Oh,
Hibbity Jibbity it is then, I guess. How long's that one?
30 minutes.
Billy Carson, right?
Oh, you ruined the surprise.
Oh, well, I'm all in on that. I love Billy Carson.
It is Theory Thursday. So what the premise of this is: ancient Peru and Atlantis is not what you think.
It's not what you think, guys.
I don't know what we think it is, except I know Atlantis is a thing people think exists, and they're trying to find it. And Peru does exist, and there's a bunch of big stones on the ground that people want to know how the fuck they did it. But maybe it's something else, and Billy's going to tell us what it is.
I like his logo. It's pretty nice.
I guess he won an award or something. Looks like he won an award.
Yeah, gave it to himself.
Yeah, he won the 2024 Hibbity Jibbity Awards. Eric was really close, but he didn't jibbity enough. A lot of hibbity here.
Cynic, you just came across a great idea right there.
The Hibbity Jibbity Awards?
I swear to God, that's genius. Somebody needed to do that.
Oh, okay. So this is forbidden
knowledge. That's his channel. That's
for second annual. So he's going to have an award show. All right. He didn't win an award. It's the Forbidden Knowledge second annual award show. All right. If he gives himself an award, though, we got problems.
He's like the John Malin of the award shows. He's gonna win all the awards.
Oh, you mean he's gonna nominate a bunch of people he doesn't want to win, and they're gonna win his award show, and he's gonna be pissed off and go on a rant for a fucking month about it? Is that what he's gonna do?
I don't know. I know nothing.
When you look into the into these ancient megalithic sites, a lot of the times, especially on these TV documentaries, you'll see that they
what are you, dude?
They kind of tell you that the Mayans were the ones who built all these megalithic structures, when that's actually not accurate. The Mayans did not build these ancient sites, and it's well known, well documented, and that's what's taught in Mexico and Peru and some of these other schools and in that region of the world and the universities. The archaeologists themselves will tell you it's inaccurate. So it's not that I'm trying to be a conspiracy theorist. It's that I'm telling you that these shows are giving out wrong.
I'm pressing X to doubt.
That's not true. Not all archaeologists agree, right? Some agree, some don't. They are always trying to win the most grant money by being the most right on the topic to keep getting grant money. That's all this shit is. I guess Billy doesn't depend on grant money because he just reads everything and learns it. Uh-oh, Eric with July pause face. Archaeologists, yes. Katie, he's the best archaeologist, old world language connoisseur.
He's an expert on the Anunnaki.
Wait a minute, that's not Drex?
No, that's not Drex.
Oh, no. They just all look so much alike to me.
Information.
How dare you?
Okay. The Maya interacted with these civilizations, but they did not start those civilizations. Okay. The Maya interacted with the Teotihuacan civilization, located at the basin of Mexico And that was established around 100 BCE, and it lasted between 100 BCE to about 750 current era. Okay. And the Mayans themselves interacted with them. They probably traded things with them and so forth, but they did not build those civilizations. They were not part of the creation of those Teotihuacan civilizations that stretched all the way down into the Yucatan, all the way down even into Peru and everywhere else. That they were, some were given some knowledge and some understanding,
BC
but for the most part, they never.
They were interacting 100 BC. The Mayans.
That's what he said. I think.
You know, like well, yeah, like so 2,000 years ago. Because I thought the Mayans were before the Aztecs, right? But wasn't there the Olmecs were before the Mayans?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I'm
not a fucking expert on any of this stuff. I just know that
Billy
is. That they ripped some hearts out of some people. I saw that Apocalypto, so that movie.
That movie was fucking harsh, dude.
Historical documentary. Yeah.
Yeah. More accurate
really
than Billy
grasped exactly what these advanced beings were up to. The Aztecs came even much later than that. The Aztecs, wow, they came so far after that. They were in, you know, after the beginning of the century, after the turn of the centuries when they showed up. So the Aztecs were living in a valley.
What century?
Not too far away. And their volcano erupted and destroyed their entire village.
Let's not split hairs.
That was just covered in ash. So the Aztecs said, damn, what are we going to do? We got to move.
Well, he's going to give out a warning.
Everybody who survived packed everything they could carry, and they just started wandering through the wilderness until they stumbled upon Teotihuacan.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, around 100 AD, is when Teotihuacan, as they found it, completely abandoned. No Mayans, no Teotihuacans, just remnants of an advanced ancient civilization. So they moved in and made it their home. Who were these gods? These were these Atlantean Anunnaki people that had left, and they wanted them to come back.
Every single time.
They wanted them to return. And so you are not going to be an advanced civilization that has the capability of understanding geometry, mathematics, calculus, building and construction techniques.
Listen, you guys, it always comes back to the Anunnaki because they started, man.
When they find a fucking gold mine that's, you know, 6 million years old, I want to know about it in South America because then I'll have proof that the Anunnaki were real.
Found, honestly, I'm pretty sure. Let me look. I'm gonna look it up. I swore there was one they found in Africa.
Yeah, that's Africa. That's
Dave,
Africa.
read Katie's chat.
This is South America. He's the Eric July in the tinfoil hat.
Yeah. Katie's exactly right.
However, Katie, he gets to go on Joe Rogan's show and talk about his hibbity-jibbity. So he gets real exposure. You know, he's like, who's that astronomer dude, that black guy?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Fuck, I hate that guy, dude.
I used to like
Black
him,
Science
man.
Me too.
I loved his Cosmos series. But Jesus Christ, dude. He's gotten so pretentious and just
out of touch.
Yeah, hard to just listen to anything he does now.
Does this guy have a wedding ring? That's what I'm trying to suss out. I could have sworn he had a wedding ring.
I do owe Kevin this from the earlier chat. Thank you again, Kevin. But yeah, man, like Neil deGrasse Tyson and some of his theories are just so whacked out of this world now, guys. They used to sound cool, but now it just sounds like he's kind of lost the plot. And he thinks if he says it, it's the gospel.
Yeah, he started huffing his own farts.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He just lost it.
Yeah. We need to keep promoting Pencils Down. We need to get that guy some more money. He's a good guy. We need to get him to $5,500, guys. We need to get his links in the chat Let's go support that Pencils Down book. I was looking at that tonight. I'm like, well, he got over the threshold, but it's like people just stopped. Can't do that. I'm gonna hit
Jim,
play,
what do you-
Jim.
Yeah, what are we looking
One
for?
second, just here. So
Oh,
here.
he's looking for a gold mine.
Yeah,
Here's this
I
one.
knew
This
he was doing something.
Nigwenya mine.
Easy.
Just say it. Nuenya.
I don't know.
Nuenya.
Anyway,
Nuenya.
it was
Oh, I nailed it.
41,000 to 43,000 years ago.
That ain't nothing.
It's a long time ago for them to be mining shit.
And where's this located?
Swaziland.
Oh, that's
Swaziland.
Africa.
Yeah.
But this isn't South America. That's what I was saying. Like, if it was Anunnaki, because we already kind of figured that the Anunnaki did it in Africa, right? That's kind of the story.
Yeah,
there.
according to this, there was one guy that was in charge of Africa. I think it was either Enki or Enlil, and then the other guy was in charge of the rest of the world or something. I don't know.
Can you imagine that discussion? Really, you're going to put me in charge of Africa? Whatever, fine.
There wasn't any.
What did I do?
All right.
This was before Yakub created the evil white man. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a true
Very
thing.
true.
Understanding weight loads and fractions and all these complex things that go into developing ancient structures, knowing how to make blueprints, how to become a master architect. And then on top of that, to understand the advanced technology needed to create the sophisticated engineering. And then at the end of the day, you start yanking people's hearts out just for fun. It doesn't go together. You see?
Whoa.
It doesn't match. There's a hole in the story. And you have to understand that when you go beyond the Mayans and you try to research the Teotihuacans, you realize there's not a lot on the Teotihuacan civilization. So you have to go even deeper. Well, how did they get there? Is there any other record that connects?
Oh, he's going to tell us a book he read.
These Mayans or the Teotihuacans to anywhere else on the planet.
Uh-oh.
You find a connection between the Teotihuacans and the Africans. Okay. We discover that in the Sumerian tablets, Thoth, which in there his name is Negajita. So Negajita is actually the brother of Marduk, also known as Amun-Ra by the Egyptians.
Hold up.
They're having a lot of battles and a lot of fights. They're
Wait a
clashing
minute.
heads nonstop because
Something
they have
right.
a difference of opinion on a lot of things. How to rule, how to take care of people.
How to roll.
Thoth, Negajita, he likes to respect human
Calm
beings.
down.
He wanted to educate them and bring them knowledge and treat them with dignity.
Is he talking
And
about that?
Good luck with that.
That black samurai, Nigajita?
He's talking about Vegeta's black brother. Damn it, fatty. You got me.
Oh, hell. the chat's always faster, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Marduk didn't care for human beings, thought they were more like animals. Okay. And so
Well, okay.
the father of these two says to Nigajita, aka Thoth, he says, listen, go to the other side of the planet and start a new civilization over there. Bring wisdom, understanding, and technology to that side of the planet.
He said, I don't like
So
your
Thoth
kind
leaves,
around here,
and he
boy.
takes Olmecs with him from Africa. And they go,
I hate the fact that I have to die one day. I'll miss out on this.
I just want to know, like, has the Bible ever talked about the
Nigajita?
Nigajita? I don't
the
think
South
so.
America? No, it doesn't. Like,
Well, it depends on whose Bible you read.
Yeah.
Stop it, Jim.
whose Bible?
Well, if you read,
Sumerian Bible. That's what he just said.
no,
He said Sumerian text.
You said Bible. You said Bible.
Well, Sumerian
Talking
text.
Bible. I'm talking about Joseph Smith.
Oh, I knew
That
that's where
Jesus
you were
came
going.
to America.
Jesus did not come to America.
And,
Barry Manilow did. I'm coming to America.
and
today.
Actually, never mind. I'm not going to.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I swore that that's what they believe, that Jesus came to America and there was some tribe in America. There was a lost tribe in America.
Yeah. Were they related to Vegeta?
Nigajita.
Oh. Okay.
Don't
A
you say it,
new
Dave. I got a
civilization
fear
over
you'll
there.
mess it up.
Bring wisdom, understanding.
Oh, fucking hell. All right.
Shut up, Senate.
Technology to that side of the planet. So Thoth leaves and he takes Olmecs with him from Africa, and they go down into that area and they begin to build what we call now advanced civilizations, utilizing megalithic structures and unbelievable, unknown machinery to build these megalithic structures, temples, pyramids, and everything else. We know that it was the same master architect that built the Great Pyramid. And how do we know this? Again, if you read my book, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, right, which is a bestseller for 5 years now. I just discovered it was 5 years. I thought it was 4.5, but we were hit the 5th year as on the bestsellers list. Compendium of the Emerald Tablets.
Hibbity Jibbity? Is that a category? Like,
buy that. Jim, do you have that book?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy it, I guess. Read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get
The audio book.
Yeah, he's gonna buy 2 of them, get one of them CGC'd.
Dave, did you say audiobook? I would absolutely buy that.
Like,
no question.
Okay, so if they DNA tested Africans and South Americans and say that they're related,
This is the thing, Dave. They did find DNA evidence linking people in South America to people in Africa and in like the
Asia?
area, the area around Mesopotamia and stuff, old Sumer. Like there is a, but then again, that could be just I don't know.
that could be millions of years of just traveling after that. But
they did find.
Why do the Egyptian pyramids not have steps, but all the ones over in South America have steps? But it's the same exact architect. He got
I don't know,
bored.
maybe they did have steps. Maybe something happened, knocked the steps down. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows?
What?
Yes. They found cocaine in the wraps of some mummies in Egypt. Now, how did cocaine get there? Air America?
Well, they used to be able to walk across the ocean, and they just did some
Rip
trading.
ascend.
No, they weren't paying that shipping price. You fucking crazy. We're not paying that much for shipping. We'll stick to our opiate. Hell with that cocaine. Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
You discover that Thoth says in there, builded I the Great Pyramid pattern after Earth's force, so that it too might remain through the ages. And he's talking about building the Great Pyramid. This happens right after the Great Flood. This is 36 to 38,000 years ago. After they rebuild the land of Kim, which is what they were ordered to do by his own father, he then talks to his crew about leaving that area and spreading out around the planet to duplicate what they did there. Now, these people were the builders of Atlantis. How do we know that? Because Thoth says in the Emerald Tablets, I am a son of Atlantis. And this is my crew. He got into the great ship of the master and sailed into the sky until the earth disappeared and he got to the place appointed. Then he descended from the sky down to the land. This guy's got advanced technology.
Wow. Look at that. Yeah, glowing eyes and shit.
Yeah.
Glowing eyes and a weird helmet with a weird thing on top.
I figured Nigajita would be darker though.
Well, that's you just assuming that the same word mean the same thing over centuries, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right. My assumptions.
Right.
Subverting expectations.
They're building megalithic sites. Now, the evidence of this is what I was at. The evidence is where Thoth builds the Great Pyramid at Giza. We know the dimensions of the Great Pyramid at Giza. We know the height and we know the size of the base. We know that the 3 pyramids together are aligned with Orion. Well, what happens in Teotihuacan? We see that the Pyramid of the Sun, which is the largest one there, has the same exact size base as the Great Pyramid at Giza, which is located in Africa. But the Pyramid of the Sun is in Peru. We're talking about an incredible distance of thousands of miles there's no mistake that the Sumerian tablets were correct. He left Africa and went to Mesoamerica, and he accomplished the mission, which was to build a new civilization there as being a son of Atlantis. Atlantis was not just a ring city. Atlantis was a global civilization. Every single one of us is standing on Atlantis right now. Every single one of us. And so he begins to build this civilization down there. All right. And he's using Olmecs to help him build the civilization. And as he's doing this, he becomes, of course, engaged by some of the locals, the other indigenous people that were already there. He doesn't give them all of the wisdom and the knowledge. It's evidence of that because they proclaimed him and his people to be gods. So we know that they didn't have enough knowledge to fully understand everything that was going on, because if they did, they would not have deified the people that built that location. Now, the pyramid of Teotihuacan, the same exact base, same size base, exactly 50% the height of the Great Pyramid. No coincidences there. Both sites built on top of aquifers, both sites aligned with the Orion star system. Both locations, including the Pyramid of the Sun and the Great Pyramid at Giza, have shafts that align with star systems as well. Orion, Aldebaran, Ursa Minor, and Sirius. Why do and Drake?
He's super serious.
Why do they have these shafts that align with star systems? Why are they aligned, the three pyramids together, aligned with Orion in two different parts of the entire planet, across thousands of miles different? And why do they have the same dimensions? There's only one answer. It's because there's only one architect. Okay, one master architect. Okay,
he's a shoo-in for the
one
award.
master architect. So, what does that mean?
He's got a lot of jibbity.
It means that most likely both, aka Ningajita and the Sumerian tablets, both in Egypt, Djibouti and Djibouti throughout other parts of Africa, became the person known as Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl or Viracocha. Same person, all those different names. Same exact person, many names over different periods of times and different locations. These are the names that he was given, but a description of him is always the same. It's always the same description, okay? He's also known to the Europeans as Hermes, Hermes Trismegistus. That means Hermes, 3 times born or thrice born. They knew that he had the power to incarnate at will, to bring himself back and incarnate into different bodies even. He's known as Mercury and Odin, right? He's known as Thothamabi to the Australians. This guy's been everywhere. He's one.
How do you go
definitions
from Hermes
to shit. Yeah.
How do you go from Hermes to Mercury, then to Odin? Hermes was not one of the greater gods in the pantheon. Like, he was a god, yes, but wouldn't he? Odin would be more like Zeus.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Odin was like Zeus, All-Father.
Yeah.
And like, wouldn't Hermes or Mercury be more like Thor?
I think Hermes would probably be more like Baldur. Baldur, or however you pronounce his stupid name. Like, Hermes, if I'm correct, was more of like a messenger god.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah. They got it.
He's the man. Sorry. Nikachita! Chef! You get
Damn
Nikachita!
right.
Chef! How does somebody
in China? And what do you find in China? As Xi'an?
Chinese people you find in China.
Yeah.
Zipperheads, right? Or whatever. I don't know their actual term. I don't know what they were called before. What were you going to say?
I mean,
you find 3 pyramids perfectly aligned with the Orion star system in China.
What?
Same architect, one master architect, same building technique, same dimensions, same alignments. No coincidences.
That wouldn't
if
be
you
a
have enough
coincidence,
circumstantial
would it? I mean,
evidence, you can.
That would be one hell of a coincidence if it was true.
Yeah, so Mercury.
Could he please present on a photo what the fuck he's trying to show us or tell us? Like,
he's literally pulling this from Wikipedia. Hold on one second, guys. Thoth is the same god as Mercury, which is the same god as fucking Hermes. That's from Wikipedia.
No.
I swear to God, I'm looking at it right now.
Maybe
Yeah, but
he's
that
the
wouldn't
one
be
writing
Odin
the-
then, right?
Maybe he's the
But
one
that
writing
definitely
the
wouldn't be
Wikipedia.
Odin. No.
Because I think Zeus and Odin, they say, are the same person. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then in Rome, in the Roman pantheon, I think he would be Venus, or what's the Jupiter?
No, he's
Jupiter. It's Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jupiter. So he's all over the place.
Yeah. Shocker.
Hermes would be like
Build a case
Rat
if you're in
Bastard.
America. Well, I'm giving you a lot of circumstantial evidence that we're building a case that Thoth, who authored the Emerald Tablets, is the same person that left Africa and built Teotihuacan and many other ancient civilizations throughout Peru and many other areas in that region. Okay, let's take a look at some incredible, stunning images.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Correlations that we've been able to find around the world, proving that Atlantis wasn't just a ring city. Okay. The ring city of Atlantis, which is talked about by Plato, existed.
I loved Play-Doh when I was a kid.
Yeah, do you know what Play-Doh? You know what Play-Doh tastes like?
No, I've never eaten it.
Play-Doh.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't taste like fucking chicken.
No, tastes like.
I
Play-Doh.
assumed it would always be like real salty. So
that'd be dope.
It was a real amazing
makes
thing.
sense.
However,
something else you were
that was
eating
just one
as a kid.
capital of dozens of capitals that existed at the same exact time on planet Earth. The relatives of these capitals, and I do mean relatives, they were all related, were ruling over different regions and over different groups of humans on this planet. They were also in charge of resources and materials and everything else.
Somebody mentioned salty, so I thought I got a delivery today.
Did you? What is it? Show me.
Cool.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Had you? You didn't bid on any Ethan art, did you?
What do you mean?
That
It was on eBay?
auction? No,
No, I did. There was some stuff on eBay I bid on, but I lost. I didn't.
But the art auction he had a couple weeks ago.
No. Yeah, that's it. This is the Jimmy Reyes cover.
Look at that.
Mm. It's in color too. Nice.
Kevin says was that just laying in your lap the whole time?
No, I stepped away to grab it. That's why I shut my camera off. See this one, that one's signed by Salty.
Boy, your camera.
I see it. Yeah, you can see
Your
it.
camera don't focus. Yours is.
I
like-
have autofocus shut off.
Me too, and it sucks.
Pain in the ass.
That ain't making it better.
Anyway, this is what it is. Tis what it is. What it is. Didn't get a chance to read it yet.
Is that part 3?
It's part 3. Yeah. I was, I was the first one to get it.
The
Sure you
first one.
Yep, very first one came to me.
Yeah,
Fresh
Rich
off the
said
press.
that. Rich said the very first printing of Blood and the Sword was coming to me. So
Oh, really?
yeah, that's what he told me in DMs. And if it doesn't, then I'm gonna expose
If
it.
that's the case, Rich, you're not invited Saturday night.
Rude.
Hey man,
That's called
that's called fucking using your internet clout. No, I'm kidding, Rich.
There was 2 comics in there, and it only cost $4 to ship it to me.
Exactly.
That's all that costs you to get shipped?
That's all it says on there. $4.
Oh well, he's pretty close to you. Salty is. I know.
Hey, don't dox him.
I'm.
And one of the biggest reasons for the battle was over the
I was
control of
being a real
humans and
Nicogita
resources.
there for a second.
And that started
Yeah.
quite a few wars in ancient times by these
We're all
people who
confused.
claimed themselves to be gods.
Whoa. What the fuck?
They were just people like you and I.
Who the fuck's he calling these people?
And here's the other thing: if all these people had equal technology, how come some won the war, some lost?
Well, see what happened was what happened was there was a magnetic pole excursion.
Oh,
we
shifted the
had,
stupidity to one tribe
right.
over the
we
other.
had a solar flare that came and wiped out all their technology and set them back. And yeah.
Rich says I'm lying and now doxing. Son of a bitch.
That's cynic.
You're missing Yakub showed up with the white man. That's missing.
Well, that's what happened. Was see, there was the solar flare, and it caused the radiation from the solar flare turned them white.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though: the Anunnaki, they made the black man the smart man, right? Because they were in Africa doing all this.
Yeah, exactly. Yakub is real.
So Yakub was so dissatisfied with the master race, which was black, he wanted to create white people.
Yes, as
smarter than them.
Slaves. He didn't mean to make them smarter. They just ended up being smarter.
Oh, because one of his brains blew up and he forgot the fucking formula. Okay.
No. What he did was he used his own DNA, and he was the smartest man in the world. And so they were smarter than the other.
Yes, but then he signed an NDA, so he couldn't tell anybody about it. And
when he did, he had to sue himself. It was fucking crazy. Read the.
I wonder how many people he blood tested that had Anunnaki blood. He capped all their asses before he decided to make this master race.
Busted that ass.
Yeah.
This sounds like a cinematic universe in the making. Somebody should do this.
The shit that I'm saying is real, Julio. There's the.
It's documented, dude.
It's literally real. Like it's.
That's not real.
Did we ever do an episode on Yakub?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Cynic.
Oh, I must have not been here.
It was good.
You were here. You were here every Thursday, dude.
No, he left.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe you were out that night. Yeah, I think maybe you had an
an
emergency that night.
Yeah, he left midway through, and we started watching this stuff and going through it.
Yeah,
I thought Jim was.
We can always do it
one leg
again.
at a time.
I'm sure there's other crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, because there's a great episode on Yakub by Count Dankula.
Oh, we watched that.
We watched that one.
Oh, did we?
You played it.
Yeah.
I played it?
Yes.
Pretty positive you started it or you played it all the way through. Yeah.
Yeah, you played that one. Yeah.
Billy Cooper's fucking with your mind.
You're the guy, Jim.
You're so obsessed with Billy Cooper and trying to suss out his hippity and jibbity that you're missing the
You forget the cool stuff you bring that.
I don't even know anybody named Billy Cooper.
What?
Billy Carson.
Carson. Sorry, whatever the fuck.
See, this is Johnny Carson's illegitimate son. That's why I'm so a fan of him. You know, like I love watching. Here's Johnny.
Who's his mom? Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Slave name.
He doesn't go by.
I was thinking more Latoya Jackson.
Johnny would have been way too old for Latoya at that point.
And he would have.
I don't even know if he was around when Latoya was touring at all.
I think so, man. How old's Billy Carson?
He's
in his 40s.
I don't know, man. He could be anywhere from 40 to 60.
Yeah, because he's a black dude. Black don't crack till it does.
He's a lizard person, right?
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
The only difference between them and us is they had more advanced knowledge, and we thought they were gods. Let's take a look at this image here.
Okay? They say Billy Carson's worth $15 million, dude.
Now, I don't believe in these kinds of coincidences.
Huh?
You can see Spain, Sardinia, England, right?
Others say 6 million.
You can see Peru. You can see Iraq, Italy, Morocco. What's going on here?
That looks like they were drawing Yakub's brain.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Y'all keep bullshitting on Yakub. Y'all think I'm joking.
You know, and it kind of looks like, you know, those mazes they would draw. Like that the English would have the mazes. Maybe they were just trying to recreate stuff from the past with the mazes to get people lost in them.
Looks like crop circles. See?
Almost.
That could tie into that.
Maybe.
So Billy was born in 1971, so he's 53. He went to Harvard and MIT.
What?
Yeah, he's an expert in ancient civilizations, Billboard music artist, TV host, musician, and executive. What the
He's got
fuck?
music? I'm going to look that up. On that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
discography #1 or The Key of Wisdom, 432 hertz, 8 songs, released in 2018. And the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, 14 songs, released in 2019. Okay, there's his music career, buddy. He's a pretty special
Like,
guy.
what is really going on here?
Done a
Something
lot.
interesting is going on. You can see India. You can
Yeah.
see something very interesting is going on when we have these particular identical carvings spanning over thousands and thousands of miles apart all around the globe, meaning only one thing. We're talking about a global civilization. Let's have a look at this. Egypt, Sumer, Peru, India. Again,
It's a face.
slightly different face, same exact thing.
What?
We see it everywhere.
What?
Same
Jim,
thing.
That's not
Again.
exactly the same exact thing at all.
Well, they all have blue eyes,
Okay.
which is odd.
Well, babies are born with blue eyes. You know, they say.
It has. Well, they say I was reading something about it. They say it has to do with the sun, and your exposure to the sun causes the eye color type of thing, and that most babies their eye color will change depending on the sun and the
Yeah, it
magnetic
does
field.
change after that. Yeah.
It has to do with
for
the
sure.
magnetic field of the Earth and where it's at, and the pole
That's
shift
bullshit.
and solar flares, and the position of Jupiter and Uranus.
Okay.
And how can these cultures share this knowledge or understand who these particular beings were? And as I say before, these beings were multiracial. This again is more evidence of that.
So it
But
was
they're
like
exactly the same, dude. You said they're exactly the same, but now they show multiracial. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now this is weird. All these winged serpent type people in Peru, Mexico, Sumers, Etruscan, Bolivia, Japan, India, Greece, Turkey. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you know what else? I saw this winged creature on the back of one of them Saska sisters. Right, Cynic?
Yeah, it was back there.
It's everywhere.
It was all over the place. It was like it was around there like 45,000 times at this point.
Have a look at this. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What?
This is incredible.
Okay.
I mean, the similarities between these objects, and we find them globally. Turkey.
You know where else this was at? This was in that Similarian.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought it was in the Holiday Inn. So
Yeah.
I'm confused.
No, from
Said-
J.R.R. Tolkien.
I'm
the
kidding.
elves.
Yeah.
Elves and the Groks, and the orcs.
Yeah, the orcs. I was about to say, you gonna leave the orcs out of this?
Turkey, Egypt, Cambodia, Sumer, Mexico, Peru, Scythian, Etruscan, Bolivia, Japan. I mean, everywhere you look, you're going to find this symbol. You'll find this symbol on every continent, pretty much on.
Did he say Etruscan? Isn't it Etruscan?
I think
Where's
it's Etruscan. Yeah.
Where's America?
Well, America was pretty much wiped out
Mexico.
when the ice melted, so that's why there's nothing really left in North America.
I guess he's assuming Mexico.
We haven't dug deep enough, is what you're saying?
You know, it got washed out by the water.
Washed.
Just gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Just gone. Gone. Kind of like the same thing if you look at like Eastern Africa or Western Africa, like Mauritania and that whole area where you could see where the water came across and wiped everything out. It's just like scoured.
As Randall Carlson likes to tell us.
Yeah, but if that was like the northern hemisphere that happened, then like the Scythians would have been wiped out too, because they were in the northern hemisphere.
Don't know.
Okay,
What about India?
that's in the southern. I'm saying like that's closer to the equator. So
Yeah.
the Scythians were way up there though. So,
On the entire planet. Again, no coincidences.
Nothing
We're
survived
talking
Europe.
about one global civilization that influenced people around the entire planet.
We need to go to Antarctica and dig and find out what's in the pyramid in Antarctica.
Or Alaska. Remember, there's one in Alaska too.
Can't escape it.
Nope, can't escape it.
Check out this building technique. All being done in ancient times to megalithic structures, all using the same exact technique all around the world. Iran, Greece, Ethiopia, Peru.
Jim, check out 2024 building techniques across the fucking planet. They're pretty much the same.
Well, the point was that none of these people should have been in communication with each other. They were all over the world. You know what I mean? So
right, but I don't have the Anunnaki doing it for me. They figured out a different way to communicate that we just don't understand. I mean, I like a good conspiracy theory and all that good stuff, but I don't know. I guess I like when Ancient Aliens does it because they're not so sure of themselves. They're just asking questions and they go, what about this? What about that? Billy Carson saying, there's no doubt, you piece of shit. I know what I'm talking about. There's evidence here. But I don't see the writings. I don't see hieroglyphs that all have the same language. If they were all built at the same time, if they were from a master race that were controlling them, why don't they all speak the same language? Did their fucking dad give them different languages before they headed out?
Well, that whole Tower of Babel thing, you know, they didn't want everybody.
Well, the Anunnaki didn't talk about the Tower of Babel.
Well, that was Yaqub actually built that tower, and it was a military operation, and it scrambled everybody's brains, and then they couldn't understand the languages.
So like then they went back to their structures and erased their original writing and put it in their current language.
Yeah, because they couldn't decipher what they had written before. Like they knew the steps and stuff, but like you just gotta expand your mind, Dave.
I know.
Sucker.
Peru, France, Bolivia, Turkey. You can see the area where
he didn't talk about France in the previous slide. He talked about no countries in Europe in the previous slide. Now we should bring up the UK and France. What the fuck?
They're saying they found some megaliths in France.
Well, isn't there that fucking wall or whatever they found in France? It's like forever long. I forget the name of that structure.
The Great Wall of China?
No.
The Great Wall of Milwaukee. Thanks, Julio, for the pity.
Was poured and cooled to link two giant megalithic blocks together and hold them in place, lock them in place. The metal is missing because, well, people will take the metal out of these ancient sites and then remelt it and use it for something else. But you can see where the liquid metal was dropped and poured into to lock the blocks together. An ancient building technique. And you can see this all over the world. Egypt, everywhere, I don't care where you go. France, you're going to see the same technique because, again, one master architect. Mountains, gigantic carved mountains. You got one in Canada. You can see that mountain's huge. You got the one in Peru. When you turn the Peru at Machu Picchu on its side, you can see it's an actual terraformed face. And also there's another terraformed face of a mountain in Spain. There's no coincidence that these were terraformed this way, that they aren't naturally developed into this particular shapes.
Now this is whoa. Jim laughed this fucking topic off the show about a month ago when I pulled it up about the rocks that look like fucking humans and shit like that. God damn it. Now Billy Carson's is saying mountain ranges are carved megaliths. Holy fuck.
No, that thing you had said that it was like those mountains and those things were just like
frozen giants and shit.
Frozen giants and shit.
Well, what's the difference? They could interpret it however they fucking want.
Because this one was terraformed, so it looked like a face, which makes no fucking sense because what practical use?
And that picture of Canada looked like nothing. It looked like a blurry
The one at Machu Picchu looked like fucking nothing.
Yeah, I mean, look at this is pretty clear. Look at the Moai on Easter Island and the
mud
chimichangas in Peru.
Yes.
I've had a churro before.
Those
That's
faces
How do we know
look
they
like
weren't
them.
alive, Kevin? Maybe they were giants. Maybe
They look
those are the
exactly the
fucking
same.
giants, and they died as mountaintops. Maybe these mountain ranges are the actual giants that all fucking collapsed around the
Talbot
planet.
could be a Nigachisa. Maybe.
I mean, holy shit! Just think
Nigachita.
I'm just spitballing.
I thought he said nigga Jesus.
Blanco Jesus.
Como?
Oh my God! So imagine the Ozark Mountains is stacked up fucking giants. That's all it is. And that's what they are. Oh my God! What are we going to see here? Giant statues. Are their faces
And you
exactly the
have
same?
the Moai at Easter Island, and then you have the Chinchorro in Peru.
Yeah, churros.
Okay.
Churros are good.
Same
They're
people,
amazing.
Yeah.
similar
I'm hungry.
structures.
They're not similar at all.
Let's look at these skulls.
Look at the bottom.
You can see
Right there in the
skull from
middle,
Peru at
there's
the
a
bottom.
baby Yaku.
There you go.
Fucking knew it.
Does one have horns? Holy fuck! That's real.
And the one on
Does
the
it say-
far right, the tall, like bodied one, like that one's clearly fake. I've seen it on scam websites.
I like the lower right. It just says Hobbit.
Jim's gonna get pissed and leave.
See the massive skulls. They're called Paraka skulls. You can see skulls that
I
have been
don't think we
discovered
should be
everywhere.
studying
China, Texas,
phrenology on this
Egypt.
channel.
No matter where you look, you find these massive skulls.
I mean, if you look at the ridge right there, you can clearly see that they have an underdeveloped
Stop it, Jim.
oblongata.
Stop it, Jim.
Ixnay.
On the phrenology.
Ixnay.
I'm curious about the horns. God damn it! That one's blowing my mind.
It's obviously Japanese.
And the
That's
one
what
right
the
next to it
original
looks like a
samurais did.
butterfly. Like it reminds me of a butterfly. Look at that's fucking weird, man. How are you even saying that's human? That one right next.
Say?
Yeah. How do you even know that's human?
All right,
Like
so the one with the
Pennsylvania
horn
at the
says,
bottom?
like,
It says Pennsylvania.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what it said.
So
From
he
the-
hasn't included the U.S. in any of these places, but now there's one in Pennsylvania that just makes sense for the
Hey, you
fucking
never-
argument.
I'll be specific, but okay.
Yeah, it's a Pennsylvanian Punjabi tribe.
Star Child. Why does this one look like two over from Star Child? Look at his cotton ball, or one right next to it. They both have cotton balls coming out of their eye sockets. What the fuck?
I also like the one next to the Hobbit to the left, that little black and
The
white drawing. I don't know why, but it cracked me up. Like a little dude.
That
big
looks
brain.
like me on a good day drawing. Fuck.
I mean, that's clearly the skull of Mr. Tumnus from Wizard Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe.
It's-
with the
It
horns.
checks out.
Oh my god.
Some
That's
bigger than
genius.
others, some very strangely shaped. These people are not walking the planet today. You can see that person that
No
looks weird
shit.
on the right hand side. That's one of the Ubaid statuettes from Iraq, a culture of people that had reptilian skin, and they were known to be humanoid reptiles long before the Atlantean Anunnaki ever arrived on Earth. They were there.
Were they? He didn't
And
even
take
mention the
this
horned
incredible
motherfucker.
Similarity. How does this happen? How in the world can this possibly happen? On the left-hand side, you see a stonework from Peru, and on the right-hand side, you see Italy. Now, to be able to have the same identical cuts from two different parts of the world completely, one in Europe and one all the way in South America, and have the same identical type of a cut, the same
not.
exact insertion of
They're
stones,
not even close, dude.
utilizing
One is-
no mortar,
It looks sloppy compared to fucking.
to be able to
Peru.
make these fit this way,
Lazy
earthquake
wops.
proof and everything else. Again, more circumstantial evidence that we're dealing with one culture, one group of people that went global at one time and took their building techniques to everyone on the planet. Okay? Everyone on the planet. Nobody can tell me this is just a strange coincidence. This is a taught building technique. Right here, you have, look at these stones.
Those are some big fucking stones.
Agreed.
I've been stoned that big before.
I mean, the amount of work that it took to put these stones. I mean, how far down do these go underground, do you think?
Right.
I'm still studying this.
But the question,
sculpture.
hey Jim, the question to this is: was this the original structure? Have they dug down deep enough to see if there's something below this?
Yeah.
You tell me who in the world is going to go up now? These stones, the stone quarry for these stones is 20 miles away at the top of another mountain. Who's going to hike up another mountain to carve out these megalithic 1,000-ton plus stone blocks, take them down a mountain, which is already treacherous, just climbing without stones, and then bring them up a second mountain to put them here and use them as a building structure for a fortress?
Maybe they were already there and they just stacked them together. We don't know that.
We can't do this today.
Well,
we can't do this right now.
Don't believe.
An unbelievable sight. And none of these stones have mortar in between them. None.
You don't need mortar when the blocks are that heavy.
It's mind-boggling.
It is cut.
How
pretty
any
good, though,
mainstream
dude.
archaeologist can just say, "Oh yeah, they just they rolled them on logs down the mountain and just put them up over here." We're looking at evidence of an advanced civilization. There's no way to circumvent that. There's no way to lie about it. There's no way to make it up. There's no way to go with the mainstream,
Why
story.
didn't they have electricity?
No, it's just say what it is. It was an advanced culture. We're not the most advanced on this planet yet. They knew something that we didn't know.
Well, speak for
And
yourself.
they were able to build these incredible structures.
What the hell?
Okay, that's what we got to come to terms with. Once we come to terms with that, the rest is easy. Then our eyes will be open and we can begin to see better. We can begin to realize the evidence
How
of all of
expensive
these
is that
advanced
watch that he
civilizations
has,
are
Jim?
all around us.
Eyes
We've been
open.
programmed to ignore them.
No fear.
Even though they're right in front of our very own eyes. And all we've got to do is hop on a plane or get in a car, and we can be right at their front door, looking at them, touching them, smelling them, measuring them,
licking them,
All right.
researching them, investigating them.
pumping them.
When I go to
Doesn't
some of these
make me
sites, I
know
take my
anything.
Geiger counter with me because sometimes these stones are higher than background level radiation. They're still giving off radioactivity.
Then why are we allowed to
Especially
go
the
touch
stones in
them?
Egypt.
But
Inside
how
the
are we allowed to be
Serapeum.
around them?
As a matter of fact, I took my group that I took last year behind
There's
a
a fucking
closed door that had
radiation
been sealed
sticker
for
on my
decades.
cell phone box when it comes
And
in the
we
mail.
got them to unlock that
The
door. I
fuck?
took my crew in there, my group in there.
He's got a
And
group?
there was a
You got to go.
stone there, a stone box that was taller than me. Just the box itself was about
He's
4
4'7".
feet taller than me, and I'm 6'4". And then the lid itself was about another 4 to 5 feet taller than that. And it weighed well over 1,500 tons. And it had a radioactive symbol on it. That's when I knew I was right the whole time. They put a radioactive warning symbol on that stone box, a giant diorite box in a back room locked away with a bolt lock. Incredible.
Maybe some smart ass did it
And
to
some
keep
of these
people
stones
away.
have radio. And also, I bring a compass, right? And so sometimes you come up to the stones, you'll see the needle start spinning. So why is the needle spinning when you come up to these stones?
That's
to
an
me,
easy answer, Jim.
it means that in some way,
a lot of our stones are magnetic. That's a big deal, dude. That's why the Bermuda Triangle
Is
is
it
what
called?
it
Is it called
Diorite or-
magnetite?
Yeah, magnetite. Yeah, like in where the Bermuda Triangle is, there's a unusual amount of magnetite in that section of the planet, just like other zones with the same issue. So, come on, Billy.
Y'all would do anything to detract this guy. I swear.
You
This man's
know,
obviously a genius.
he's worked very hard.
He's more entertaining than he is stupid. So I'll give him that.
Sweet Tooth says.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that somebody can have so many words in their head.
Sweet Tooth
And
says they used mods to make those walls. Not impressed.
Iron sand. Is that a thing? Is there iron sand?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is a thing.
Damn, Jim.
What?
Ding.
That's not my computer.
Oh,
That's me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
The
That's okay.
orientation of the atoms, the electromagnetic activity of the atoms was altered in some way. Otherwise, the needle shouldn't move. It shouldn't move at all.
That's bullshit, dude.
It should not move at all.
Ugh.
So it's pretty interesting that happens. So you have to begin to understand, like, man, there's something going on
God,
here.
Kevin.
They had technology.
Speak that into
What's crazy
existence.
about the magnetic field inside these stones, when you look at volcanic rocks tell the story of the orientation of Earth's magnetic field. It's locked into the dried, cooled magma.
Magma.
When you want to find out what orientation the Earth's magnetic field was, you go, well, scientists and geologists, they go and get this lava, this dried magma, and they take it to a laboratory, because in the laboratory, they can actually discover the orientation of Earth's magnetic field. And guess what they found out? Around every 26 to 27,000 years, Earth's magnetic field flips. And so what that means is
he's on
what
every
is
fucking
known as
topic.
magnetic north becomes magnetic.
He's off though. I think I
He's
can
gonna
swear
say
that it's every 12,000 years is to all
And
the
he,
stuff I've-
he's probably going to spin it all the way. North becomes south instead of the halfway
Or-
that we've discussed.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
He's hitting every fucking Wikipedia point, isn't he?
I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what he's going to say. Let's see.
Magnetic south, and what is known as magnetic south becomes magnetic north.
Told you.
And as a matter of fact, our
Fucking
magnetic
dummy.
field right now is in the process of flipping again. We're right in the middle of a new flip. We're actually overdue. Proof of this, look this up. Magnetic north is not facing.
We're right in the middle, but we're past due?
Yeah.
Billy.
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 I swear, Billy.
It can't be both.
Jim, do you follow this guy on Twitter?
Who?
Billy Carson.
Of course he does.
He's on Twitter?
I'm sure he is. You think he's not?
I don't know.
Well, you should start sending him the solar flare guys stuff.
Oh, I'm sure they know each other.
Oh my God, I want them to do a
He's got a fucking spot on the ranch, dude. What are you kidding?
I want them to do a fucking video together.
Yeah.
They'd probably
Imagine the
fight.
potluck.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he's on here.
I can't believe you never even
You're
thought
not
to look him up.
subscribed to Billy Cooper? What the hell?
Billy Cooper.
I like
it.
All right, guys. It's 11 o'clock. It's time to go.
All right.
I told these guys I'd end it at 11. So,
yeah.
Billy, we'll catch up with you tomorrow. There's only 6 minutes left of you, but we're going to head out. Tomorrow's Justified, right, Jim?
Yep.
I think it's 11 and 12, right?
Season finales. Yeah.
No, it's 13. So there's 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's 12 and 13.
Should I watch 3?
Yeah, watch all 3.
Watch all 3 and we'll finish off the season. Yeah.
Finish off the season.
And then we'll have some shenanigans after that. Maybe some more nonsense. We'll come up with whatever's
Shenanigans
going on.
and nonsense. I'm here for it.
But then Saturday night we'll do our 1 hour on YouTube, and then we're going to go watch some movies on Rumble. And
let's do it.
Have some holiday cheer.
Yeah.
But I want to thank the
Thanks,
chat
Kevin.
for being here. Thanks, Jim, Julio, Stimulated.
Yeah, buddy.
We will see you guys soon. And let me play this. Everybody's favorite part of the show. Uh-oh. I find it. Here we go. Jim just left. I was like, holy shit.
He's back.